Greetings, YouTube! Hail to Dominions, Doomentites, arch-villains, legionnaires, villains, vagabonds, and rogues, wherever you are. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today to talk about Star Trek Picard. So-called Star Trek Picard. Star Trek Picard, of course, being one lie after another in a row, because it's sure not Star Trek, and that guy sure isn't Picard, and
it stinks.
Hey, it's Harvey Cthulhu. Hello, Harvey.
Hello out there in YouTube land. It is fantastic to be here with you in the daytime. Midnight's Edge After Dark. The leaks were true. Yes, they were. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Hail,
Midnight's Edge After Dark. It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you on. Andrew Cole says your voice filter isn't on. Well, my helmet is off. I'm drinking now, so my head is in no danger of exploding from rage. Which it was watching this thing. Oh, dear God. Guys, I hope you've watched my review, but if you haven't, I can just tell you that Star Trek Picard, oh, it stinks. It's terrible. All the rumors were true. In fact, it's really, oh my God, it's bad. What they couldn't tell you is how bad the action sequences are, with the mostest importantest girl ever being the key to everything. Oh, good God in heaven, folks. It's bad. It's really, really, really bad. Down to the use of the song Blue Skies. I mean, oh my God. They've got this song, they open up on a star field and they've got, blue skies in the song as they're showing red skies in space, red skies at night. And then they've got a scene with Picard and Data in 10 Forward on the Enterprise D, briefly seen. Yes, they licensed the Enterprise D from CBS or Paramount or whatever in order to be able to show it. And they show it for all of about 6 seconds. And then we're in a reasonable facsimile of 10 Forward. It is deserted. It is darkened. And they're playing poker. And it's a dream. If you think that Data is going to be a character in this thing, dream on. That's the message. Dream on. Josh and Rebecca, the mominy, says, I made people cry by quoting the final scene between Data and Lal on your video. Thank you, Josh. That scene, let me tell you something. That episode is one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek of all time. The story of Lal and Data is absolutely a heartbreaker. I will feel it for both of us. That's what they're disrespecting. They're saying that this Daj is Data's daughter. Or the Dash twins are Data's daughters. No mention of Lal. They say that there has never been another android like Data, which is a lie. There was Lore, and there was, of course, Lal, but never mind. So, spoilers here. Spoilers. JJ Cheeker says, I laughed so hard when Daj did her 30-foot jump. Yes. So you reckon it was 30? I thought it was, I don't know. And in distance, in terms of because it wasn't just a leap straight up, it was actually leaping ahead. I really felt like it was something like it was up, but it was over and dodging rifle fire. It was like, I thought it was like 25 yards, but I guess I could be mistaken. I don't know, but it was so dumb. God almighty, it was so dumb. I can't even tell you. Data is seen in dream sequences, a reasonable facsimile of Data, but I'm sure that it's 25% different because of, the licensing. And then we see a photograph of Worf. So all that stuff about Kurtzman saying, will Worf appear? Oh, Worf may appear. Worf may appear in Star TP. Emphasis on the P. He may show up. Well, will he look like a Klingon? No, he'll look like Worf. And how did he show up? In a photograph. Not even in Picard's apartment. It's in the Starfleet storage unit. Does it say dead Starfleet storage on my unit? Does it say dead Starfleet storage on my unit? On my garage? Oh, it was so painfully bad that I can't even 25% fatter, says Paul Wilkinson. Yeah, this chat is screaming along here, guys. I'm going to try to keep up with it. Stephen Hennessian says Michael Dorn was in Outer Limits. You mean the reboot? Yeah, probably. I don't remember that. Yeah, maybe Guinan as well in the next season. Neo Reaper says Picard is in this sense for nothing more than terrible fan service. It is not Trek. Roddenberry is spinning in his grave. This is absolutely 100% correct. Look, the very fact that Picard is referring to the Romulan star going nova, and of course it was the Hoba star. I mean, they're being imprecise, but regardless, it's clearly set in the J.J. Abrams continuity. Ask Tom in Midnight's Edge After Dark. Every single thing that you saw in Star Trek 2009 is in the Prime universe. The Prime universe is an entirely licensed bubble, an alternate reality. Even the stuff before Spock Prime went through the wormhole and entered another reality. Even that reality from whence Spock Prime came is a phony universe. Every bit of it. Do not be fooled. Star Trek Picard is not a sequel to Star Trek The Next Generation. They admitted that. They straight up admitted that. What it is a sequel to Star Trek Discovery. That's what it is. JJ Cheeker says those JJ movies have ruined Star Trek. Yes, they have. Of course it's in Jar Jar verse. Yes, sir. They've admitted it. They've admitted that in no way is this Star Trek The Next Generation. In no way. Michael Johnson says, are they not working with the STO plot that the star was set supernova by an Iconian royally pissed off at sailor from a 10,000-year-old vendetta? Nah, they're not going to get into that. They don't play the game. Michael Keller says, in space, no one can hear you scream. Except when Kurtzman produces it, then there's sonar in space. They can hear you just fine. Lily V says, not impressive. Brace yourselves for more disappointment. Unleash Harvey at once. Infinite Community says it's an awesome show. Well, I am honestly glad for anybody that can enjoy it. I mean, I don't want people to be miserable. Infinite Communities, it was really good. Good. I'm glad you like it. Here's why I didn't like it. Okay, here's one of the many reasons. First of all, so the key conceit of all this, drink them if you got them, by God. I need to drink. Okay, I've got a 2 fingers now of Elijah Craig small batch bourbon. Yeah, it's that kind of day, and I'm drinking it. Cheers to you all. Love you guys. Breaker, aka Brick here. Thank you for that director's chair super sticker. I love that. I'm in the director's chair. Hey guys, I'm a director. Okay, the central conceit. Get this. And this is really the crux of why this is so horrible. They hypothesize that they could go ahead and clone a positronic brain from one of the positrons in Data's neural network, that they could, like a cell that contains all the DNA go ahead and clone a positronic brain of Data's from one cell. That's like basically saying that you can take a byte from your computer and clone your hard drive from that byte. Because see, DNA has all the, building blocks of life. And so you can extrapolate from those building blocks because it's a complete blueprint. A positron cannot contain the vast amount of information and the storage and the structure and the mechanics of Data's positronic brain. But nevertheless, this is the conceit. But even worse, they went ahead and Bruce Maddox has been turned into Dr. Frankenstein because he has placed the positronic brain into a human body. Like that would work. Like a positronic brain cloned from Data without alteration is going to go ahead and take over the autonomic nervous system components that goes with supporting a human body. Just put them in there. Of course, the poor bodies that got cloned and the brain extracted have been mutilated and basically been subjected to Mengele-like human experimentations, the like of which the brain that wouldn't die. Remember the one about the wife of the guy, the scientist whose head is cut off and it's in a pan and they're pumping blood in the pan and she's talking? That's basically Star Trek Picard in a real sense. But even worse, I gotta, I can't emphasize this enough. Folks. They've got Data's positronic brain inside this body, this organic body. Okay, I don't know where they got the organic body. I don't know. They grew it or something. I don't know. Who knows? But you've got this positronic brain inside a otherwise entirely human body, and then they have Daj, this woman, going ahead and exhibiting Data-like strength. Like putting the brain in there is going to make her be able to leap 30 feet in the air, 25 yards distance, turn her into a kung fu master. Emphasis on the fu. They put the fu in kung fu. She's taken out Romulan assassins who transport into her apartment before she knows that she's, the bestest ever. She's just passing off as a human because they brainwashed her or something. She got a fake past, fake mom, whatever. So these black masked thugs, these assassins, beam into her apartment, kill her boyfriend like that. And then they say, is she activated? And they grab her and they scan her and they give her all the kind of time that she would possibly need to be activated if she's not. That's what they're worried about. But they go ahead and say, is she? Oh, no. Okay. Knock her out quick. Knock her out. And then one idiot puts a bag on her head, a black bag. And then she stands there for a minute and says, you know what? I think it's about time for me to get activated. And then boom, everybody was kung fu fighting. And she takes them all out. She's throwing Romulans, about 1.5 times to 2 times her weight into walls, kills them all dead, the clean kill for Romulans. And then goes to seek help from an old man because, clearly she needs it. She has like vague memories of Picard. She sees him on TV and says, hey, I recognize him because of that positron. No, it was cloned to make her brain is essentially. It imbued her with superhuman strength. And then so she goes and, they have little adventures and, she goes to Picard for help because an old man is going to help a woman with that kind of data foo. And they're on a roof and suddenly all these Romulans start transporting in. And so she goes, ape on their ass and takes their pistols and shoves them where the Romulan supernova don't shine. Oh man. And then oh my God, this is really bad. So then all the way across the the roof on the other end. At the top of, for some reason on this roof, there's 3 flights of stairs going up on a roof. I don't know. Anyway, at the top of it, this Romulan badass transports. He's got a rifle, and he starts shooting at her, presumably because he's, good with the rifle, one would think. But she's just running in a straight line, and he's missing her and missing her and missing her because of her plot force field. And then she leaps from the ground with her human body in a positronic brain. Apparently, positronic brains function a lot like spinach. Da, 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 da. And then she, kills the hell out of those boys that are transporting in everywhere. Only one of them has green, like he's dying. He's got his mouth full of green blood. He spits it on her, and she dissolves. I'm melting. Actually, it gets on her, so she's dissolving because it's xenomorph alien blood imported from Ridley Scott's Alien. And she's disintegrating, and then it splashes on the phaser rifle, which causes it to overload because I guess it melts the containment chamber or something. So she gets dissolved and blown up, and the bestest ever is dead. Don't worry about it though. There's a twin inexplicably in the Romulan Empire that's working on a Borg cube. Reclaimed Borg cube, working with the Romulans. Don't ask me. I don't know. But the thing is, the really funny thing is, and I'm going to get to y'all's chat and the super chats here, both of them, because I want you guys to chime in. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I've had my say on my first review. I'll probably do it another couple because there's a lot to get through, folks. But get this. This is what really, really, really gets to me. And there's just no explanation for it. I'd love to hear any explanation for this. The Romulans are throwing all of these assassins at her, and she's doing data foo on them and killing them all dead, man. They're dead. They're killed dead over and over again, throwing them around, swinging like a I don't know, an ape in the trees with an adroit ease, much like Carl Douglas's Kung Fu fighting song. Huh! Instead of transporting in all these Romulans to kill her, why don't they just beam her out? Why don't they just beam her out? Why don't they just, from the apartment, beam her out into a cell? Or if she's too dangerous even for a cell, then beam her out into space and let her die and then study her. It is just so dumb. This fundamental plot point towers as a monument to the colossal incompetence on the Star Trek writers' room, the so-called Star Trek writers' room. Oh, dear God. Can anyone explain this to me? Is Data Foo deadlier than Kirk Foo? Asked Toxic Grunt. I don't know about that. The Brown guy says, I would love to learn Data Foo. So would I. But you need a positronic brain. But a positronic brain gives you superhuman strength, which is necessary to do Data Foo. Cracklin says it would be easier to clone her blown up bits than to clone Data. Yes. Well, it's cloning his positronic brain, apparently, from a positron. That is what I gathered. And why didn't they just transfer her? Why didn't they just beam her out? Beam her up? Galax73 says a skilled Romulan assassin who's been through vigorous training to become what they are dies by a clueless clone. Yes. Michael Beeson, because her bestest ever TM plot armor prevents any technology from being used against her unless she can dramatically dodge it and overwhelm whatever man is trying to hurt her. Yes, and they are all men, by the way. They are all men. Nutter says, remember, she has built-in cloaking tech, invisible to cameras, etc. No, I don't. I forgot that. She does? Well, because Data had that. Sure, he did. Yeah. Digi Akuma says, even if there's a reason, they sure don't seem to explain it. There is no reason, Digi Akuma. They can't. There is no reason why they couldn't beam her out and not bring instead of beaming the Romulans in. They have to be able to scan the room. They have to be able to make sure that the Romulans aren't transporting into a wall or into the floor. So they have a scan of the room. They have a scan of everybody in the room. They could go ahead and beam her out. I mean, I don't care if she's made up of positrons or not. She's still made of matter, right? Data could be transported. It wasn't anything about data couldn't be transported. It's not like data was transporter proof. And if they tried to transport her, then her brain would be left spinning in midair. Her body got, of course, that would be problem solved too. It would have saved a lot of Romulan lives. Folks, Romulan lives matter. Romulan lives matter. Michael Johnson. So why the twins bait and switch? Just to create drama? Don't know. You'd have to ask them. You'd have to ask them. But I love that the Romulans now have green acid blood, just like the alien, the xenomorph. Indiana Jeremy says, do you think they stole the blood idea from that episode of the Orville where the girl had explosive blood? I couldn't tell you. What I thought was alien right off the bat. Alien, you know? Oh no, Breaker. Oh, why do I hate Whammon? Yes. Well, what I really hate is badly written characters of either sex. Mage Grey Wolf says the cloak must have been the Romulan since the camera didn't see them either. It's just awful. All right. I want to go ahead and see what you guys have to say. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go ahead and check on what you guys have to say. What you guys have to say. So I'm kind of loading up, locking and loading here, loading and locking. Let's go to the chats and see what you guys have. And I'm going to be going back and forth between the super chats and the regular chat, as I always try to do. Thank you all for being here. And I can't wait to commiserate and see what you guys have to say. Sausage must die, says Don Ho. Banana spread. Why bother even reviewing it? Because it's an affront. That's why. Because it is a spit in our eyes. I am sick and tired of these people pissing all over Star Trek and the legacy of Gene Roddenberry and all of our memories and all of our love that we've invested in Star Trek all of our lives. That's why I review it. That's why I put myself through it. Because just to be silent is to be complicit. Because to be silent is to say to CBS, oh, it's okay. It's totally okay. You bought it. You go ahead and break it. Pottery Barn rule. I don't give a shit. It's just a part of my life. I have it right here on my desk. I have an Enterprise C. I have the Enterprise, a Corgi Enterprise, a metal Enterprise. I have the Excelsior. I have the Enterprise C in view. I have the Enterprise C Eagle Moss Probert conceptual model. I have the Horizon. I have looking right up at a full-sized Romulan warbird. Yeah. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. This shit matters to me. This stuff has crossed over into our culture. It has become part of our lives. It is part of our common reference. It is part of our common language. That's why I fucking review this. You think I like it? I don't like it. It sucks. It's depressing. It makes me drink. That's how much I hate this garbage. But I do it because it is a form of protest. It is a form of resistance to make certain that history never forgets the name Enterprise. Because to me, Star Trek has worth. Because to me, it matters. Just because it doesn't matter to CBS or Klutzman or any of those other so-called fucking writers in that writer's room that are pissing all over it for laughs because they're too fucking just lazy to learn about Star Trek, about the stuff that they're writing. And they're too even lazy or incapable to actually think through their own goddamn premise. Like we can pop a positronic brain into a human and then all of a sudden they can do magic. They turn into Neo. They can leap for 30 feet. They can just go ahead out of the memory of that one positron and go ahead and take out squadrons of trained Romulans. Sure. And the image of Jean-Luc Picard, or the unreasonable facsimile thereof that they're trying to pawn over on us, huffing and puffing and doddering. They're after us, aren't they? I can't breathe. As she's leading him, protecting him, fighting for him. And then he gets blown across the roof in the explosion of the phaser, which really, a pistol phaser on the old show rocked the ship. Rocked the ship. A rifle should have like taken out several stories of the building when it blew up, but never mind. It's a silly ass bullshit explosion. It knocks an old man clear across the roof and he wakes up not in the hospital, but in his own apartment. And you want to know why it's in his apartment and not the hospital? Because he didn't want to fucking pay for a hospital set. That's why. That's why. They're pawning off this garbage and hoping you won't notice. Well, I notice. I notice. And real Star Trek fans notice. And I'm sorry, I'm not just going to play ball just to be fucking nice. Because this shit matters to me. You are taking our memories. You are taking parts of our lives. And that might seem pathetic to you guys in Hollywood. Kurtzman and Chabon and Akiva Goldsman, for God's sakes. You might think, oh, that's stupid, these stupid little fans. Well, fuck you, man. Fine. Fine. Have contempt for us, but don't blame us when we don't accept the shit that you put in our troughs. Fuck you. Fuck you. Star Trek represented at its zenith a vision of the future that all of us could live with in a time when there was every expectation that we might not have a future. There was nothing but dystopian horrors in the 60s. Nothing but things like Soylent Green and visions of apocalypse and oblivion. Taylor on the beach railing against the fallen Statue of Liberty saying, God damn you all, God damn you to hell, you blew it up. That was the future. That was the future at that time. And Roddenberry said, no, I see a nobility in humanity. I see a beauty. I see worth in the human spirit. And he turned the tide. And he did it in a way that was entertaining and innovative and beautiful. And it spoke to generations of human beings with souls. This shit is soulless. This shit is corporate. This shit is ugly and stupid and dystopian in the extreme. And this shit is destroying everything that came before it. And that's why I review Star Trek Picard. That is why I will not be silent. That is why we in the Fandom Menace will not be silent. At least that's my feeling. That's what Star Trek is to me. That is love, not hate. Yeah, you may hate the attacker that is victimizing the one you love. And then you can say, oh, you're a hater. Well, I'm watching my love be desecrated and assaulted and abused. It makes me sick. So all the trolls and all the shills can go ahead and call me a hater. Yeah, I hate what is being done to Star Trek, but it comes from a place of pure love for Roddenberry, for Gene L. Kuhn, for DC Fontana, for Bob Justman, and for the dream of Star Trek. And I will not apologize for that. I will not apologize for that. I need a drink. Chris Persia, my master wrencher, with a $10 Canadian super chat. Hail, Chris! Says, thanks to Klutzman, we have entered a dimension of the mindless, a land of shadows and no substance, of things where ideas make no sense. We have crossed over to the Picard zone. A dimension of the mindless, a land of shadows with no substance, of things where ideas make no sense. We have crossed over to the Picard zone. Da-da-da-da! Hail, Chris Persia. I love it. I love it, Chris. God bless you, sir, for being here. Thank you so much for all of your help and all of your support, Chris. Love you, man. That was absolutely beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Stellar Heather, hi and bye, back to work. Hail Doomcock, hail Stellar Heather, and thank you for being here. Bob Kondrick says, without respect, we reject. Damn right, Bob. Neo Mix says, will Star Trek be better than Batwoman, though? LOL. No, it'll be worse. Much, much, much worse. Much, much, much worse. I'm telling you. Hear me now, believe me later. Star Trek Discard. Josh and Rebecca, the mommy, do 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 do, the mommy, do 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 do. That is outstanding. Star Trek Discard. Wow. It doesn't get better than that. The Legion of Reason has joined the channel membership as a Dumentite. Welcome to the Legion of Reason. My friend, I just recently published another exclusive video for all of my Dumentites and all of my arch villains. Please go and check it out. I will retweet that link in a little bit as well. Well, I don't tweet it. I put it on my comment section. Others can fill you in, other of my Dumentites and arch villains. But welcome to the channel membership, and thank you, the Legion of Reason. I very, very much appreciate it. Stuart Mitchell, Rage Against the Dying of the Light. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Asian Hippie, hello. Hello, Asian Hippie. Nitrium, good to see you. Batwoman's writing is genuinely worse than STD. It's hilariously bad. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I truly do. But I think it's awful. I think it's awful. Oh, Josh and Rebecca Momini says, I didn't come up with that. Well, it's fantastic. I love Star Trek Discard. It's just flawless. Jaeger Bomb with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Jaeger Bomb. Says, did they forget about the Enterprise E? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They completely forgot about the Enterprise E because they're not Star Trek fans, Jaeger Bomb. They're not Star Trek fans. That's why they forgot about lore and they forgot about LOL. Yeah, they don't really do their homework in that writer's room. Thank you, Jaeger Bomb. Psycho Dwarf 9, my Legionnaire, with a $20 super chat. Hail, Psycho Dwarf 9, says, my liege. Today, I disinfected 24 vertical feet of kids' gym, retrieved 3/4 of a ton of stolen property. My God. And went a good way to restoring a neglected part of the work property. Bullet Bourbon and you lot are my reward. Hail, Psycho Dwarf 9. Bravo, sir. Well, I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that. Hail to you, Psycho Dwarf 9. Cheers. Here's looking at you, kid. God bless you, sir. Thank you, Psycho Dwarf 9. I wanted to let you know, and Chris and Bionic Belly Button and all the rest of my Legionnaires, villains, rogues, and vagabonds, that I have hit 140,000 subscribers. So we are celebrating that today, and also really mainly on Friday Night Frolics tomorrow. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I've hit 140,000 subscribers, and I thank you all immensely for the support. And I just want to let all of my folks at Subscribe Star patreon.com/doomcock and patreon.com/doomcock know that I will be popping in to the Great Hall of Xanadu around 7:30 tonight, and I will be just hanging out with you guys just as a thank you, and just miss you guys. So I know we're doing a Doomcock Roundtable on Monday, but I just when you hit 140,000 subscribers, you're supposed to do something about it, and so I will be there. I'll sing a few songs for you guys, and a little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants, just to say thank you. And then all of you guys, Friday Night Frolics, we will celebrate 140,000 as well. But thank you guys so much. I couldn't have done it without you. You are the subscribers. I can't subscribe to myself. It's all you guys. CC Calhoun says, I keep getting unsubbed, but they can't stop the signal. Good. Keldor Dantrell, shit, don't drink on air, Doomcock. It sounds horrible. I'm sorry, man. I'll try to drink away from the microphone. How's that? Ilu Vantier, what time was it tonight again? 7:30 p.m. Central. 7:30 p.m. Central. Thank you, Psychodwarf9. I hope to see you maybe tonight if you can pop in. Chris Persia with a $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Master Wrencher. It says, congratulations on amassing 140,000 subscribers, loyal Dominions. Thank you, Chris Persia. You, sir, rock. And I want to thank also Bionic Belly Button for being here today and helping us out. Appreciate you both very much. And hail to Mary Ashmead, the queen of our chat. I want to emphasize that Mary Ashmead is the queen of our wrenches. And I look forward to her return whenever she is ready. She has lost her father, and she is taking time to heal, and God bless her. You know, we all miss her. Hope that you will come back soon. The Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews with a £5 super chat. Thank you to the doctor, who says sci-fi in Star Trek should be preachy, says Jesse Gender, a Star Trek YouTuber who is transsexual. I think that Star Trek should have a point. It always had a point. But as far as being preachy, that is bad writing. Just straight up bad writing. Star Trek should never preach. When it preaches, it sucks. And when it doesn't, it actually can change lives, because it can change attitudes. It can change hearts with allegories, with narrative. But yeah, preachy, no, not at all. Hail to the Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews. Orchnestra, my legionnaire, my friend, with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Orchnestra, says, hail, my liege. I'm convinced that STP is just another Let's Russell Picard's Jimmy's prank future that Q set up, but forgot to turn off. Like it was the stove or coffee pot or something. Congrats on 140,000. Thank you, Orchnestra, very much. Thank you, Rural, for the $1 super sticker there. Appreciate that. Let's see. I also thought I saw a sticker go by earlier, but I was ranting, and I apologize for missing that. I wish that they had a way that I could just easily pull up stickers that have sped by. I want to thank you for the sticker and appreciate it very, very much. Very much. I calls them like I sees them. It says, Doomcock, please do a video reacting to the Rise of Skywalker's terrible box office performance. I shall. I'd be absolutely happy to. And thank you guys so much for being here. I mean, I heard that it's going to not even equal Rogue One. How awful. Hail to my Legionnaire Orchnestra, and welcome to the channel membership, Jason Woodruff. Welcome, Dominion. Hail and thank you for supporting the channel. Great to have you aboard, my friend. Digi Akuma, with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma. Says, hail, Doomcock. Just sitting down with triple dip from Togo's. Very saddened that Star TP is turning out like we thought. I'm even saddened that Star Trek Next Generation was my first exposure to the Star Trek universe. That's true for a lot of people. A lot of people. No, that English gent. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm only on the first 3 or 4, but I'm speeding through them now, my friend. Don't worry. I will not miss your super chat. I promise you. Digi Akuma, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for anyone whose first Star Trek was The Next Generation, because this is going to hurt even more, perhaps, fans of The Next Generation than fans of the original series, because you actually see your idol, your home hero, your own Jean-Luc Picard acting in this way, tacitly endorsing this narrative and being part of it. It's just going to absolutely be horrible. Horrible. I am so sorry, Digi Akuma. I don't know what to tell you except don't watch it. I mean, really, that's the best solution. Do not watch it. Please don't watch it. Please don't watch it. It will just hurt you. It will just get into your personal mythology. It will clutter up your mental dojo and ruin, ultimately, The Next Generation for you. I urge you not to watch. Let me do the watching for you. I'll take the hit, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about Star Trek Discard. Danger Dave asks a very good question. How does the positronic brain interact with the human body? Does it require oxygen or electricity, vitamins or oil? Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know. I don't know why a positronic brain would go ahead and take over for the autonomic nervous system that supports human life. I don't know why it would be effective. I don't think it would. I think she would just die. But never mind. Hey, Star Trek Picard is not for those who think or question. Star Trek Picard is for those who are, I don't know, new to Star Trek, don't know anything about Star Trek, have no critical faculties, won't question why a girl can leap 30 feet in the air and 25 yards in the distance. It's bad. Might be 10 yards. It's probably 10 yards. I'm probably I don't know. I saw it, early in the morning, and I was a little punchy. It might be 10 yards and 30 feet in the air. It was ridiculous, though. It was inhuman and impossible. Courtesy of a positronic brain, folks. It makes you able to jump real fast. Casey Osowski with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my Legionnaire Casey. Says STP sounds like a crap fest. Here's cash for scotch. Thanks for taking the hit for me. You are very welcome, Casey Osowski. That's what I urge you all to do. Let me take the hit for you. I will review every single episode of this horror show. I promise you, you won't miss anything. And if somehow it turns out to be wonderful and I say, hey, you know what? They all tied it up in the end. Brian Green says it was 30 yards. It was definitely 50 feet in air and length, says Green 7. That's kind of what I was thinking, but thinking back on it, I'm recoiling in horror at the nonsense of it. Justin Schrock says, I wouldn't say it's fan fiction. None of these writers are fans. No, they are absolutely not. Scott Prazak says Star Trek has become brainless corporate entertainment. This is true. This is absolutely true. DW says smart people have super strength. Fact. It's a fact. The more you know, right, NBC? STP is Star Trek lobotomized, says Blaze 2000. It's still smarter than Star Trek Discovery. Still smarter than Star Trek Discovery, which just really says more about how awful Star Trek Discovery is than anything about Picard. Let's see. Harsner with a €2 super chat. Thank you, Harsner. Says Harsner sends greetings from Germany. Hail Germany! I am delighted to know that my voice is reaching around the world, even unto Germany, and points around the globe. It is thrilling. It is exciting, and I am absolutely delighted to hear from Germany. Thank you, Harsner, for the super chat and for letting me know. That is super cool. Digi Akuma says with a $5 super chat, thank you again, Digi Akuma. Says, even more saddened that Star Trek The Next Generation is no longer on Netflix. The episodes I binged locked away behind CBS All Access exclusively. Yes, that sucks. That sucks. I purchased the entire collection, the entire series of Star Trek The Next Generation on Blu-ray from Amazon, and I'm delighted that I did. They had a great deal on it several months ago. You might want to go and check it out because, listen, I advocate acquiring as much physical media as you can, because they can do this sort of thing at will. I mean, Disney is taking classic Fox movies and locking them in their vault. They're editing old movies. And it's not a stretch to say that any of the old movies that live on the cloud can easily be vaporized from the cloud. I'm just saying. The Kelvington with a super sticker of a pair doing a mic drop. Thank you, my Legionnaire Kelvington. That is an adorable sticker, and I thank you for implying that I have dropped the mic on Star Trek Picard. Thank you, the Kelvington. I love that. I love seeing those stickers. They're very cute. Digi Akuma says, in your Picard review, I basically said Picard was the Jake Skywalker of Star Trek, and it is so damn true. Well, I mean, wasn't it Entertainment Weekly that essentially said, what did they say? They said that basically the girl is Rey Skywalker. I recommend entirely. Hello, Dr. Alex. Welcome, my friend. Oh, I'm so glad to see you, brother. I'm heading into Discord later tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central. Hope to talk to you there. The Entertainment Weekly review was a classic. This guy didn't pull any punches anymore. This reviewer had it on Entertainment Weekly. So I urge you guys, check it out online. It's free. It will make you laugh. It was actually a brilliant review, I gotta say. Truly, honestly, it was a brilliant review. A rare thing from Entertainment Weekly, but boy, oh boy, did they nail it. Breaker with a $1.49 sticker of an ice cream cone. I need an ice cream cone. Thank you. I'm going to lick that screen. Damn it. Thank you, Breaker. That is a delightful strawberry ice cream cone sticker. JDM Watt, welcome to the channel membership, JDM Watt. So glad to see you here, brother. Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate it very, very much. Robo Beast says DS9 episode life support dealt with replacing a human brain with a positronic brain. Bashir refused to do it because the spark of life in the brain couldn't be replicated. That is correct. JDM Watt says, did you miss my super chat? No, my friend, I have not. It is just that I've got a lot piled up. It is right here. And since you joined the channel membership, what the hell? $9.99 super chat from JDM Watt says, big fan, happy to support. Have you thought about doing a normal voice versus ODVD, maybe as a different character? Your normal voice is great and would love to hear more of it. Keep up the good work. Thank you, JDM Watt, for the super chat, for joining the channel membership. Very much appreciated. Well, I do all of my live streams in my voice without my helmet on, because that way I can sing, and that way I can do impressions like of Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
And, of course, one of the favorites of my folks is for me to do Hank Hill talking about propane and propane accessories.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of Hank Hill, another horrible thing about Star Trek Picard, call it what you will. This is too much, folks. So essentially what happens is on Mars, the synths, the synthetic life forms, the androids, whatever you want to call them, attack the shipyards, destroy the fleet of 10,000 transports that Starfleet has assembled at a considerable expense to evacuate 900 million people from another star empire that has presumably tons of ships of their own and resources of their own. But never mind. So it destroys the fleet, and the firing on Mars ignites the atmosphere, and Mars is still burning today. Mars is still burning today. And it just occurred to me, why doesn't Earth's atmosphere ignite? I mean, once you've got a fire in the atmosphere, why why doesn't it just ignite and burn the whole atmosphere away? You know? And yet it did on Mars. And that's because, listen, Starfleet, important tip for the future. When you are going ahead and setting a base on Mars, do not buy your atmosphere from Strickland Propane.
I resent that remark. Strickland Propane is a wonderful place to purchase enough gas to go ahead and give an atmosphere to the planet of your choice. The only thing you got to be sure about if you go ahead and make a beautiful propane atmosphere around Mars is don't let any sparks happen. Don't let any meteorite impact your planet and cause a little bit of heat that sucker will just go up. Must be a heck of a lot of propane and propane accessories to have the atmosphere
on Mars
all burn away.
And still be burning to this day. You'd think if you were going to have an atmosphere on Mars that you would think, hey, I don't want it to burn. I need to make sure that it's not flammable and it won't just burn out of nowhere. You know, oxygen would be nice. Oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere like Earth, something like that. Instead of, propane. Oh, this is beyond belief, folks. This is so painful. If I laugh at any mortal thing, 'tis that I may not weep. Next World VR, I want to welcome you to the channel membership. Hail, Next World VR. Outstanding, my friend. Welcome and thank you for your support. That is awesome. Not if it is all propane. It would have to be a mixture of propane and oxygen.
Well, see, now that's the problem. You went ahead and you bought all that beautiful pure propane, and then you let some oxygen in there. Well, that was a bad idea. A pure planet of propane is a dream that I've had for these many years.
Yes, Hank. Selling Mars a whole bunch of propane accessories. It would have been.
I'm sorry. I got to go and change my underwear.
I know it's burning. The atmosphere is still burning. It's still burning. What can I say?
We never thought, sir, when we were going ahead and making, Mars with an atmosphere, we never thought that, a spark could ever happen in space or outside of a space station, sir. And of course, the whole thing went up in smoke. It's still burning. Darn it, I guess we actually ought to hire some scientists next time instead of the Star Trek writers' room.
Michael Keller, my lord, would you recommend buying Star Trek physical media at this moment? Wouldn't this trigger CBS to think people love Star TP? Go on eBay, go to used bookstores and buy it secondhand. Do not buy it from them. We don't want that. Good point, my friend. Thank you for that. The Brown Guy with a $2.79 Canadian super chat. Thank you to the Brown Guy. Says, hail, what a monstrosity. Redstone, sell it to Seth. Oh, I would dance in the streets if Seth MacFarlane got a hold of the Star Trek license, so long as he wouldn't then stop doing the Orville, because the Orville is absolutely outstanding in its own right. I love it, and I want them to keep on doing it. Absolutely. Gene the Machine says the writers ripped off Battlefield Earth with the burning atmosphere annihilation. Well, God knows, at least they're stealing from the very best then. Thank you, the Brown Guy. Mage Grey Wolf with a $5 super chat. Hail, Mage Grey Wolf says, I watched Picard. The science and technology was garbage. The writing was bland. The look was just more STD trash. Lens flares. Yes, lens flares. Squarely in the Star Trek Discovery JJ verse. Lens flares are like JJ's thumbprints. You can just tell. You can just tell. I want to welcome Michelle P to the chat. Hail, Michelle P, and thank you for coming, Michelle, my belle. And thank you, Mage Grey Wolf. Magna Knight 2 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Magna Knight 2. Says Voyager's techno babble makes more sense than anything in Star Trek Discovery or Picard. Amen. Absolutely amen. You are quite right, Magna Knight 2. D Artist Jewelry, it is an absolute delight to see you here, my dear friend from another land. D Artist Jewelry says, I can see Mars burning to the Beastie Boys. Sabotage. Outstanding. Outstanding. Oh my good God in heaven. What in God's name? TC Game 65. Holy crap. A $500 super chat? Oh man, I have not seen you in ages. It is wow. I am blown away. Thank you, TC Game 65. You are you're practically a producer on this channel at this point. Thank you, man. Seriously, that is incredibly generous, and I am blown away. And TC Game 65 asks me, Overlord, could you do a video series on what videos are going away or being canceled or chanced, please? I will look into it, TC Game 65. I will make a video. Basically, I mean, I don't have any inside information on specific videos that are going to go away or get put in there in the vault, but I can tell you a reasonable extrapolation of what videos are at risk based on, the perpetrators like Disney, based on what properties have been acquired, what properties are going behind paywalls. So I'm writing this down. A video on what properties are going away or are at risk for vaulting. I will do that. I can't be authoritative, but I can give it some thought, and I can make a case for that, and I can go ahead and throw that out there, my friend. TC Game 65, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your kindness. I'm blown away. But I also want to say to all of you out there that, listen, when you even watch my videos and you watch the commercial, that helps. That tells YouTube that my channel is profitable. It tells YouTube that they will not think about, taking me off because profitability is now one of the criteria that YouTube uses to evaluate a channel's viability. Not only views and how long people watch, but also how many people watch the commercials. So, I mean, you don't even when you just tweet out a link to the video, you're helping immensely. When you leave a comment, you're helping. When you join the channel membership at any level, it helps to keep me on the air. Any kind of super chat, even $1 means a lot. And I thank all of you for your support. It means the world to me. And I wouldn't have 140,000 subscribers without you guys. You are really, I think, other than my health and my family, I think you guys are the biggest blessing I've ever had in my life. And it's been the typical life of an outcast. I think a lot of you geeks out there will know exactly what I'm talking about, because you're one of us. You're one of me. I'm one of you. It wasn't always cool to be a geek. I'll just say that. Robert Lovito with a $2 super chat. Hail, Robert Lovito. He says, hail. And I say, hail back. And Larry with a cool pair. A cool pair. Thank you for that super sticker, Larry, who is another of my Legionnaires. And by the way, Legionnaires, your packets are ready to ship tomorrow. And you're going to be very, very, very happy with that. And I want to reiterate that any of my Legionnaires who would like a copy of the new pictures and also the little something extra that I'm including, I posted instructions on my Patreon for you guys to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll be happy to send it to you guys. Robert Lovito, hail to you and thank you. Dave Bob with a $2 super chat. And Dave Bob says, Wonder Twins activate. That's right. We watch Daj or whatever her name get disintegrated by Romulan acid blood, but it's okay. We've got another copy, another twin on the Romulan owned Borg cube, and she's helping them out with that. I can't wait to see how that's going to unfold. That's a lie. I can wait. Darkstar 57, a #1 fan with a pair there. A super sticker of a pair with #1 fan. Thank you so much, Darkstar 57. You rock. I love it. I love those little stickers. They did a good job with those. I just wish that I could have them stacked so I could refer to them as well. TD Kane says, hail TC Game 65. Yes. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time, man. What a way to remake your acquaintance. Indiana Jeremy says they cloned a positron from Data's brain twice. Well, maybe they had two. Of course, they blew him up in space. I don't know where they got it. I mean, they've got B4, but B4 is not Data. I mean, he collapsed. His brain was not capable of handling the data download. So any clone of his positronic matrix would be defective. Of course, why are we even talking about like cloning is a possibility with a machine? It's not. It's just not. It's really, really done. Cordula Reiki says, hey, Overlord DVD, can you dash bullets? Hey. Oh, she did too. She even running backwards, even blindfolded, like with the hood over her head, she was able to unerringly take out all of the Romulan guards blind. But then on the rooftop, they fired at her from behind and she just moved her head slightly and the beam flew past her. That's how good she is. She can dodge bullets. That's why her name is Dash. Breaker, aka Brick here, with a $10 super sticker of a fan dancing ninja dog. Very cute. Look at that skill. So much skill. That could almost be Dodge there. That could almost be Dodge. Welcome to Dodge City. Where's Matt Dillon? Good old Dodge. V Artra says, what did they honestly think that Dodge's death was supposed to do? Why would anyone care to know who or what was going on when she dies within the first 30 minutes? You got me, V Artra. You'd have to ask the geniuses in the Star Trek writers' room, because gosh knows they know so much. They know so much. Michael Keller says, actually, you can clone a machine, e.g. a computer. You can clone hard drives also, but you'll clone the state of them. If the file system's broken, you'll clone it as broken. It's not actually cloning, Michael Keller. It's a copy. It's a digital copy. But they're saying that you can take a positron and then you could go ahead and multiply that positron and it would make a duplicate of the physical structure of the positronic brain from whence the positron came. Do you understand? That's the difference. And that no, they cannot They cannot do that. TC Game 65 says, I got to run. Take care. Hail, TC Game 65, sir. Thank you very, very much. I would be honored if you would drop me a line, please, at dictorvandoomcock@gmail.com if you are so inclined. Good night, TC Game 65, and thank you again. Wow. Deathman Kenshi says, could you make a video of what sci-fi series you suggest to watch? I know you mentioned quite a few in Expanse Video, and I love that series. I was watching it from series 1. Deathman Kenshi, I need to do some more videos just kind of talking about what great things there are out there, you know, and share it with you guys. Those of you who don't know me very well, I recommend entirely The Prisoner. I think it is the greatest series of all time. Of course, I recommend Firefly. I recommend the first season of Space 1999 because it is not really science fiction. It is horror. It's madness. It's terrible plot holes, and its anti-rational approach. It makes it kind of like the Hammer horror of science fiction. If you approach it with the right frame of mind, I think that you will really enjoy Space 1999. I also recommend Blake's 7, old British show. If you can stand the cheesy sets and you like that kind of Doctor Who aesthetic of the 60s and 70s, you will love Blake 7. It is absolutely fantastic. The Kelvington says, did you notice that it's flecks of skin falling in the titles? Maybe Picard is the clone, but 25% different. I don't think so, Kelvington. I think what it is that Picard is crumbling because he has that affliction. I forget what it was called, but his mind is going. So you're going to be treated in this episode to Picard dying and losing his mind. That's what you have to look forward to in Star Trek Picard. He is literally a man of pieces. They are going to make Picard crumble. They're going to take Picard apart before your very eyes. He's got some that condition. I forget what it was called. Xeno something. I don't know. Basically, you know, in all good things, remember, his mind is going, and he's getting kind of mentally decrepit, and that's what we've got to look forward to. That's what that crumbling is. I don't think he is a clone. Euromatic syndrome. Yes. That's what I was thinking about. Yes. So that's what you have to look forward to. Red Dwarf. Yes. Red Dwarf is absolutely fantastic. I love that. Babylon 5 and Farscape. Absolutely. Stargate SG-1 is good fun. It's not brilliant, but it is definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. Yes. Just like in Logan RR. Let's see. Corey Adams with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Corey. Says most sci-fi is in a serious effing slump right now. It is because the corporations in question have a contempt for the fandom. They're hiring writers who have no experience in a lot of cases with writing or science fiction. Their cousins, their lodge members, their frat members, their uncles, nieces, you know, whatever. Nepotism, thy name is Hollywood. Thank you, Corey. Deshaun with a $5 super chat. Hail to thee, Deshaun. Says, chill out, everyone. Good show. Give it a chance. Stop being too fandom. Well, Deshaun, I explained in a rant earlier my objections. I feel that these plot holes in the story and the way that Picard himself is being treated and the way that the canon is being abused are disrespectful. And I have a little saying that I coined. It's called, without respect, we reject. So that is the basis of my objection. I am a very passionate fan of Star Trek. And you know, passion is a tricky thing. You know, it can turn easily to hatred, and under pressure, it can make people kind of go a bit cuckoo. So I am passionate in my defense of the thing that I love and I believe in, But I think for casual people that don't know a lot about Star Trek, or don't care a whole lot, I don't know, maybe it can be entertaining if you get over the horrible, having her leap 20 to 50 yards, and it's just dumb. But thank you, Deshaun. I appreciate your perspective, sir, and I will not. I don't want to mock the fans. I really don't. I mock the makers, in my opinion, and if I'm incorrect, then I hope you enjoy the show. I certainly, if anyone is enjoying the show, well, there's little enough enjoyment in the world, and I hope that you can find peace with it. I really do. Thank you, Deshaun. Digi Akuma, holy crap. We've got 2 new channel members here. Bruce Chamil, and our very own Midnight's Edge After Dark has become a Dominion. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you both. I am honored. Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am very deeply honored, and I urge everyone, I do this often, but I consider Midnight's Edge to be the newspaper of record for fandom. I think that their research is meticulous. Their sources are very thorough, and they do a hell of a job reporting news in a measured and factually based way that I don't know a lot of YouTubers do. So hail to Tom and Rob and Andre and Mecca, and thank you all so much for your support here. That is absolutely fantastic. Oh man, Digi Akuma. Hail Digi Akuma with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, please tell me Aerosmith's Dream is on public domain. I want to hear some song bits from you of that song, because yeah, we can only dream on, and reality sucks. Digi Akuma, that nothing by Aerosmith is in the public domain, unfortunately. I can't do that. However, I know that you are a Xanadu Mir, and if you can swing on by the Great Hall of Xanadu tonight at 7:30 Central, I'll be singing my ass off, just having a good old time with you guys before my appearance on Mary Mayhem's karaoke tonight. God, today is busy. Today is so busy. But yes, I will be on Mary Mayhem's karaoke stream around 9 o'clock tonight as well. So yeah, I hope I have time to eat. That's the only, I hope I have a little bit of time to eat. But again, when Star Trek Picard is released, you're supposed to do something about it. Doesn't matter whether or not you're tired, you were up all night doing the review. It's Star Trek Picard, and you're supposed to do something about it. Hail Digi Akuma. Well, like I said, man, it could maybe happen later tonight. Please swing by, Digi Akuma. And if not, well, shoot me a line, brother. Shoot me a line. TR French, welcome to the channel membership, TR French. It is a delight to have you here, sir. Yes, Mary Oki, Dave Bob. Mary Oki. Yul Brenner says, I hope I have time to get drunk. I've got time. I'm going to drink. Release Sabu, says Mark Lurseth. Sabu! Run, Sabu, be free! Be free! Go bite! Go bite! Go bite! Go get him! Go get him. Oh dear. Cheers. I'll try not to drink into the mic. Sorry if it's loud. Man, I love that Elijah Craig small batch. It is just incredible. Rolo Cat, welcome to the channel membership. Rolo Cat is already a Xanadu Mir, and now he supports the channel membership as well. Hail, Rolo Cat, and thank you, my friend, for all of your support. Gunner, NWP, is that a bird? No, that is Sabu, the saber-toothed doom squirrel. Let me throw up a little emoji. There we go. That is Sabu. Cracklin Rosie, get on board with a $4.99 super chat. Hail, Cracklin. Says spoilers. The second episode will be Picard rolling around in a straitjacket in a psych ward, acting out the first episode while doctors take notes. Well, that would be better. At least it would, attribute all the nonsense in this episode to insanity, as opposed to, Hollywood largesse, employing writers who really are not very good at their craft, judging by their output alone. Now, I don't know, maybe privately they write, plays of Shakespearean quality, but I see no evidence of it. Quite to the contrary. Thank you, Cracklin. Common Sense America. Hail, Common Sense America, with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, my Legionnaire, and a member of the Common Man cast. And Common Sense America says, my lord, our podcast is doing a live stream later tonight covering this abomination. We are following in your footsteps, my lord. I am honored and I am thrilled. And I am delighted that a bunch of my Legionnaires have banded together and they're doing the Common Man cast. You guys do a great job. I love you all. And thank you so much for making me proud. You guys do a great job. Michael Maloney with a $5 super chat. Hail, Michael Maloney, who says it is like all the rest, bad sci-fi dressed as Star Trek. It really is, Michael. It really is. And brother, you have been very patient. I did not realize that you had not received your Legionnaire packet till now. I don't know what happened, but you can expect something extra in your packet to make up for it. Something extra. The extra plus an extra because you waited so long. I don't know, clerical error, but I have no clerks, so I don't know. It's really my personal error, and I apologize, Michael. It's coming. It's coming. Dave Bob says, smack your lips and drink your Tranya.
But first, the Tranya. I hope you treasure it as much as I.
I love that stuff. Joe Cronin Show, the Joe Cronin Show with a $10 super chat. Hail, Joe Cronin. He says, I liked it. Hated Discovery, but Picard was good to me. Has issues, too much going on, but better than Discovery. Well, I think a lot of people may hate it worse than Discovery if they're specifically Next Generation fans. If you're more of an original Star Trek kind of guy, then you may well like Picard more than Discovery. It really depends on how much of Star Trek Next Generation lore you're into. I am kind of both. You know, I love the Next Generation. I love Star Trek, the original series. So it pains me greatly to see Picard treated like this. And even more so than that, even if they treated him decently, just the idea of the horrible plot holes and idiotic writing on this thing, it really bothers me, Joe. It really bothers me. So, yeah, I'm glad you like it, and don't allow me to dissuade you. I've expressed my reasons for it, but absolutely, I support everyone's desire or right to enjoy it, and I won't try to rain on that parade anymore. But I have to speak my honest thoughts in my mind about this thing, and I will say that Patrick Stewart does his normal great job in the role. I mean, the role itself, the writing of it is terrible. The concept of it is terrible. But I will say that Patrick Stewart's performance is not bad. I think it's pretty good. You know, I mean, it's just like Luke Skywalker. You know, Mark Hamill's portrayal of Jake Skywalker in The Last Jedi was actually really good. I mean, he committed to the part. It was a deeply painful role, and he suffered a great deal, but he did his job by God, and he did it like a man. And I think Picard is doing the same job. I mean, Patrick Stewart is doing the same job. Only I think he agrees with it. I think he actually thinks it's okay. And sadly, I don't think Patrick Stewart has ever had a really good grasp on what makes good Picard, unfortunately. He knows how to play it. He doesn't know how to write it. He doesn't recognize a good plot when he sees it. Thank you to the Joe Cronin Show. Thank you for being here, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad it's, for somebody, it's not so painful. For us, it's pretty painful. The Treklosopher, welcome to the channel membership, Treklosopher. Good to see you, my friend, my Legionnaire. And thank you for sending me those Christmas ornaments this Christmas. It made it absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Treklosopher. Irimotic syndrome, says TD Kane. Yes. And Dave Bob says, Jerry Ryan can't save it, but I'll watch her in anything. I think you'd like her, Dave Bob, in Ray Donovan. Check out Ray Donovan. No. Excuse me. That was Bosch. Bosch on Amazon Prime, where Jerry Ryan was on Bosch. That's right. I think you'd like it. She was a kind of a femme fatale on that, Dave Bob. I think you'd enjoy that. Paul Wilkinson. Hail to Paul Wilkinson with a £4.99 super chat. Thank you, Paul. Says, this just makes me go and watch Encounter at Farpoint. I sure hope they don't ruin the Q. I haven't heard a single word about Q being involved. And welcome Draco Argentus to the chat. Welcome Picard714, who says Patrick Stewart will always give a great performance. He will. He's a hell of an actor, just not a great writer. Doesn't know great writing, but is a hell of a actor. And Paul Wilkinson, I don't think they're going to ruin Q. I don't think they're going to touch Q. Q would just come in and wipe this whole reality out. So, I mean, if he does that, that'd be fantastic. That would be the best ending to the whole damn thing. That could reset everything, get rid of Kurtzman, get rid of Bad Robot and Secret Hideout, and Ms. Redstone in command at Viacom CBS now, having achieved her goal of reunifying the company. I have every faith that Ms. Redstone can right this ship. I really do. And I support her efforts. And, if she can produce a new Star Trek show that has knowledge for and reverence of the original source material, I'll support the hell out of it. Just like I support The Expanse, just like I support the Orville. Ms. Redstone has an ally in me if she can right that ship. And I honestly do believe that she can. I really do. I really do. A very, very capable and intelligent woman. And she has defeated the plans of Les Moonves and rooted out some Moonves loyalists to the best of my knowledge. This is a rumor anyway. I think she can do it. It's going to take time, but I think she can do it. And if she can, I think it's incumbent on all of us to support that, because it's not enough to complain about atrocities like this when they happen. We also have to celebrate greatness wherever we can find it. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed. The Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews with a £2 super chat. Thank you, the Doctor. Again, it says Star Trek has always been political. Yes, but couched in great writing, couched in excellence. The Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews. They first and foremost were concerned about telling a great story with great characters, and then they allowed their political subtexts to be running through the show. That's fine, because every artist has political views, has aesthetic views, and the best art reflects the artist. So I have absolutely no objection whatsoever to any kind of political view inserted into a narrative, as long as it's not the main point of the narrative, as long as the narrative is not perverted and twisted and warped into a vehicle for conveying political speech. You see what I'm saying? When that happens, that is propaganda. That's not art anymore. And that's what I hate. Thank you to the Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews. Blue Satoshi with a $5 super chat. Thank you, oh Blue One. Says replicating a positron is more like replicating an atom. An atom has chemical info, but that's insufficient on its own. Beautifully stated, Blue Satoshi. Beautifully stated. Exactly. You know, if you could replicate a positron, it's like taking an atom from an elephant and then saying that you can extrapolate the entire elephant from the atom. It's not that kind of thing. It doesn't work that way. Thank you, Blue Satoshi. 200-watt studio with a $5 super chat. Thank you, 200-watt studio. Says if one positron can create a whole data, then why did data need more than one positron in the first place? That's a very good question, 200-watt studio. It would basically mean that he had a fistful of datas in his thumbnail, in a thumbnail-sized area of his positronic network. I mean, yeah. If every single positron contained the sum knowledge and experience and feeling of data, then what the hell is going on? It makes no sense. It's absolutely pathetic. They don't say positron, they say neuron. Well, he wouldn't have neurons, Nitrium. He's not an organic life form. No neurons in data. He's not a cyborg. He's an android. And it's a positronic matrix. And I thought they said positron. I wrote that down specifically when they said it, but I guess we'll see. Big Ben with a $5 super chat. Hail, Big Ben. Says, good to hear you live again, boss. Ministry of Duct Tape stands ready to seal Kurtzman's a-hole. So he actually has to speak out his mouth for once. That's wonderful. Yes, teach Kurtzman to go ahead and speak plainly, like normal people. Gary W. 1974 says, try not to overthink it too much. Just enjoy the show. I can't enjoy dumb shows. It's just a flaw in my matrix. My genetic makeup, I cannot enjoy things that are stupid unless they are comically so, like Jackass. I love Jackass. Jackass makes me laugh. The Three Stooges make me laugh. I would say the Marx Brothers, but the Marx Brothers are dumb, but also cleverly dumb. So that's not a bad analogy as well. But I want to thank my Legionnaire, Big Ben, for that support, both here and at the lair. And I hope to get to talk to you again soon, Big Ben. Like I said, 7:30 Central tonight, I will be hanging out with my folks at patreon.com and subscribestar.com. I hope to see you there, brother. Captain Spire with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Captain. Says Stephen Hawking must have been a secret ninja. Oh, well, because of his super brain. That's right. It would have absolutely overcome his physical, incapabilities. In fact, he would have been able to think himself out of that affliction if he was that smart. You're quite right, Captain Spire. He must have, like, at night, it must have just been a cover, and then like Nightman, he had a hologram of himself sitting in the chair, and then he would leap out of the chair and go fight crime. I love Nightman, by the way. Nightman is another one of those things that's so dumb and unapologetically so that it's charming. This stuff is not charming. This stuff is ugly and dumb and dystopian and just nonsensical. Sassy Marie with a wonderful super sticker of a little dog, or I think it's the dog this time. I'm going to say the dog. Little dog doing kung fu fighting, dash fu fighting, data fu, Kirk fu. This is the master of it. Hail, Sassy Marie. Marie, the dawn is breaking. Marie. Thank you, Sassy One. I appreciate that. Nightman, says Bill Stelzer, equals Steve Englehart. I love the Nightman because it's so cheesy and so funny. I just laugh my ass off about it. And it's not hurting anything, you know? It's a comic book movie. This is different. Star Trek matters. Star Trek has been around for a long time. Michelle P says Picard makes me sad. Exactly. Thomas Williams says, sing Toss a Coin to Your Witcher to clear your palate. I can't. That's copyrighted. It's not in the public domain, but I will say I love The Witcher. Now I'm being sent a copy of Witcher 3, the video game for PS4. So I am told that people who object to The Witcher are those who are steeped in the lore, have played the game, have read books. I have not. I have approached The Witcher completely cold, and just as someone who's coming to it not knowing, completely ignorant of the canon and the lore of it, I have to say I love The Witcher. It had problems. It's not perfect. God knows it has a lot of little cringeworthy moments in it, but overall, entertaining and fun. I recommend The Witcher highly. Thank you, Captain Spire, for that awesome bit of logic. Michael Maloney with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my Legionnaire. Says, why Romulans? You got me, man. I don't know. I don't know, because they wanted to tie it into the Romulan star, Hobus going Nova, although, yeah, that's not really, it's complicated, but, they wanted that. And so, Picard was offended at how the Federation let the Romulan Empire down, although why the Romulan Empire, meaning it's a whole bunch of planets, meaning a whole lot more people in that Romulan Empire than 900 million. 900 million? Seriously? On a whole planet? I mean, doesn't the United States itself have something like 450 million people in it now? And on Earth, there's what, 8 billion? 900 million. They're seriously trying to say that's Romulus. It's just so dumb. Thank you, Michael Maloney. The Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews with a £5 super chat. Thank you to the Dr. 14 Blu-ray review. Says, I would like to read a sci-fi novel by you, Doomcock. Well, sir, I have a bunch of short stories that I have written over the years, and I'm thinking about putting that out there, self-publishing it and making it available to you guys. So you may get the chance at least to read some of my fiction at some point in the future. In my copious spare time, I need to put that together. I have so much work. But in the future, that may happen. The Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews, that well may happen. Romulan maths may be different. I don't know. It's Romulus in the Dark Ages, says RR. Yes. Illuvantier says, the twin circles is a symbol for fractal neuronic cloning in reference to Data's positronic brain, which had no DNA, which is not organic, so cannot be cloned. Perfectly stated, Illuvantier, my Legionnaire. Beautifully stated. That's right. Right there is logic. And in that single quote from Illuvantier, he evinces more grasp of critical thinking than the entire Star Trek writing room. Than the entire Star Trek writers room. Dear God in heaven. Let's see. 200-watt studio with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. It says, isn't it great that all Spock's hard work brokering peace with the Romulans results in Romulans becoming Picard's servants? Yeah. Romulans are very much a martial civilization. They are as strong as Vulcans, maybe stronger, because they probably work out and spar and fight. And for them to assume a servile relationship for Picard is a bit of a stretch. However, I think that I can let that one go at least, because it's plausible that the Romulans regard Picard and his attempts to save them, even though it's inexplicable and illogical, as something very honorable. So they might actually feel like, some kind of life debt or honor debt. And so I think they do it out of love for him. And I actually kind of made notes on that, and then I scratched it off. I said, no. I think I can live with that. I think I can live with that. Hail, Agent Pepsi 1. Good to see you here. Gotta have a drink of water. Been drinking too much booze. Need a little water. Rehydrate the shells. Thank you, 200 Watt Studio. The Legion of Reason with a $5 Canadian super chat. Hail, Legion of Reason says cloned from a single cell. The positronic brain is DNA being totally useless since heredity isn't a thing with them. Absolutely. You are quite right. Legion of Reason. That is why you are reasonable. Oh, Legion of Reason. You are smart. Go help them out at the Star Trek Writers Room, would you? I really appreciate it if you could make that happen. Legion of Reason. All right. So now let me get back to where I was. Jumped on me here. Sorry about that. All righty, here we go. Mark C with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my dear friend Mark C, the savior of my channel. He says, I figured data for a Ford guy, but apparently Dash is RAM tough. By the way, I plan on cloning my toaster using an Electron. Well, that's great, Mark C. Actually, I could use a new toaster. Do you think you could go ahead and clone a second one from while you're at it? I hate to bum a Electron off of you, but if you could do that, I would consider that a great kindness, sir. Hail to Mark C. Perfect that you pop up here on the day where I hit 140,000 subscribers, since you're the guy that kind of gave me the lever of my tire out of the mud of 18,000 subscribers. My channel was mired there for the longest time, and Mark C kind of pulled me out of that ditch, gave me tips, dusted me off, and sent me on my way. Haven't looked back since. Thank you, Mark C. You, sir, are a mensch. The great Tugi with a $2 super chat. Hail to the great Tugi, who says hashtag justice for lol. Thank you, sir. Thank you to the great Tugi. Yes, justice for lol. What a wonderful episode that was, wasn't it? I mean, when they went ahead and remember that admiral that was such a dick, that was basically ordering Captain Picard to turn over Lal to Starfleet research so that she could be studied and perhaps replicated. And Picard, in one of his finest moments, when Data turns to go and get Lal, he says, "Belay that order, Mr. Data. To order a man to turn his child over to the state, not while I'm his captain." That was fantastic. And then the beauty of the writing on The Next Generation was such that when she starts to malfunction and Data is going to go and try to save her, and that admiral says, "May I assist? I have experience with cybernetics." And they go and they try to save her, and then he staggers out of that room, and he's so quietly emotional, and he says his hands were moving faster than I could see. A circuit would open and then collapse, and he would try to open another one, and the cascade failure was more than we could keep track of. He just looks so sad when he says it wasn't meant to be. That is great writing. That is great writing. And I think we deserve great writing. And I think that is why we have to demand it. Josh and Rebecca Momini. Oh, man. When she says, "I feel," and he says, "What do you feel, Lal?" "I love you, Father." "I wish I could feel it with you." "I will feel it for both of us. Thank you for my life." That's writing. Hashtag Lal mattered. Should make that trend on Twitter to counter this nonsense. Thank you, Josh and Rebecca Damamini. And we deserve it. We deserve great writing. And that, boy, I think maybe tonight after I get done with all my obligations and appearances, I just sit down maybe with a late night drink. I think I'll put on Measure of a Man, which is absolutely one of the greatest Star Trek episodes of all time on any series. It's right up there with City on the Edge of Forever or Mirror, Mirror, or the Doomsday Machine. Amok Time is the best Star Trek has to offer. And I think the episode with Lal is the same. I think watching those two together, that'll remind anyone what Star Trek really is. Make certain history never forgets the name Enterprise. Bruce Jamil, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Bruce. Welcome to the channel membership, by the way, Bruce, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, I shouldn't think about that too much. Watching The Next Generation Season 4, Episode 2, Family. Love this episode. CBS does not know what they have, not giving them a penny. With CBS, even Picard can get a STD. Yeah, late stage. Syphilis impacting his brain. Sad, sad, sad. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you so much for the super chat and for joining my channel. JRG Projects with a $5 super chat. Thank you, JRG Projects. Says the fact they don't even mention the Next Generation movies with the Enterprise E is appalling. In this, the Enterprise E seems like it never existed. Nope. Yep, it's completely erased. They don't give a damn about it. They have no respect. They went ahead and did the D because, it's more famous, more profitable. But in fact, really, wouldn't he be thinking about the E? If he only gave up command of the Enterprise shortly before, the Romulan evacuation effort, he probably would have been on the E for quite a time. So I don't know. It's just ridiculous. You're right. JRG Projects. Thank you, my friend. And go Cardinals. Michael Domer with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Michael. Says this series isn't even started. And already I feel queasy thinking of it. Romulans with acid blood? Cloning Data's brain from a positron? What nonsense is this? Star Trek Discovery nonsense, Michael Domer. Star Trek Discovery nonsense. Hail to Michael. Hail to our own Mary Mayhem. Thank you for being here, Mary. Great to see you. Yeah, it's disgusting. Romulans with acid blood. Yep. That's what they give us. In every instance that they can, they go darker than any Star Trek has gone before. They turn it ugly, turn it stupid, turn it like some dystopian piece of garbage, generic waste of time. Consider the first hashtag Lal Matters tweeted. Thank you, Chris Persia. Thank you. Jesus. Yeah, it's just disgusting. Hairless Wookie with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Hairless One. Says Star Trek is more effed up than a football bat. You mean like a bat that plays football? A football bat. Can't really catch, just gets crushed by the ball. But hey, a football bat. I'm just kidding. A football bat is perfect, actually. It's a thing. One of these things is not like the other, Hairless Wookie. And I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. The Legion of Reason with a $5 super chat from Canada. Thank you, oh reasonable one. Says, don't the writers have a group whose sole job is to show them the gaping holes in their plot lines? No, apparently not. Apparently not. If CBS had retained me to read their scripts and advise on them, I would have been able to save them. I would have been able to say, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. What are you doing? A cursory read of the thing would have eliminated it by any competent writer. And you add to that a competent writer. I actually consider myself to be more than competent, but never mind. A writer with knowledge of Star Trek could be invaluable, but they don't want it. They don't want it. They don't have respect, and they don't think anything's wrong. Isn't that amazing? Thank you, the Legion of Reason. Felipe Abrigo, my Chilean friend, with 5,000 Chilean pesos. Thank you, Felipe. It's good to hear from you, my friend. I hope things are better in Chile for you lately. I haven't heard from you in a while, but I'm glad that you are okay. He says, oh my Lord, still drinking water because I got dehydrated from vomiting my balls out. By the way, nice Enterprise's appearance. It was briefer than Shaban's writing job. Yeah. For those of us who had hopes for Shaban and his assuming the showrunner role from Kurtzman, that he would go ahead and fix things. My hopes were dashed on the rocks of reality when I saw his short trek that he wrote with Spock stuck in the turbo elevator with number one, singing with her and laughing like a jackass. At that point, I knew all hope was lost. They should have a subtitle, Star Trek Picard, Abandon Hope, all ye who enter here. I think that would be really truth in advertising. Thank you, Felipe. Blue Satoshi with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Blue Satoshi. Says, shouldn't United Earth notice a bunch of Romulan agents entering orbit and beaming to a civilian's house? Well, you would think that. You'd think that there would be safeguards against just random transporting, because then thieves could just all the time be transporting into someone's apartment. Murderers, rapists, thieves, bad writers, could just be willy-nilly going around, and people could be kidnapped constantly and all the time. So, yeah, it's just really funny. But, the thing is, if the Romulans could beam in, they could certainly beam Dash out and save themselves a whole lot of trouble. Hell, if they just want to kill her, all they have to do is transport her out and then just not re-energize her. Just leave her in the buffer to degrade. Oh, but no, they'd rather go in there and pew pew and do data foo. For the bestest ever. How are they going to know that she's the bestest ever if she doesn't do data foo? Be reasonable. Come on. Use your heads. That's just logic. Thank you, Blue Satoshi. Michael Beeson with a $10 super chat. Hail, Michael Beeson. Says, I thought I was prepared for this. I wasn't. Star Trek was really the only fandom thing I loved when I was little. Watching this was heartbreaking. I'm about ready to just walk away, to be honest. Michael, that would be my advice. Walk away. Walk away. Don't watch this. Don't let this into your head. I don't know if this was in confidence or not, but I was talking to a good friend of mine, so I won't say who. And they said, son of a bitch, the stuff that you're saying about headcanon is true. He or she said, I was watching Empire Strikes Back the other day, and there was a scene with Vader, and I thought, he's just whiny Anakin, and he's going to wind up doing this, and it's awful. You cannot give any credence at all to the Disney sequel trilogy, and yet it will still taint your appreciation of things in your subconscious mind. So I urge everyone, for the sake of your love of the next generation, to not watch. Just don't do it. I have to. I am the future ruler of Earth, and I am fighting for you guys. So I have to review it, but you don't have to. You don't have to watch it. And I urge you not to, Michael. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you got your heart broken. I've tried to warn everybody. I've tried to be as honest as I can. And I can only do so much, but that's one of the reasons why I am agreeing to this stuff, reviewing this stuff, watching this stuff for you guys. Excuse me a minute. I have to mute myself because I'm going to have a big disgusting sneeze here. Hold on. Okay. That's better. Sorry about that. Here we go. Sorry, Michael. And thank you for the super chat. The Brown Guy with a $6.99 super chat. Hail to the Brown Guy. Says, my liege, Kirk Fu is greater than Data Fu. What I would love to learn is Sabu Fu. Sabu. He gets all over you. Climbs up your leg, climbs up your shirt, bites your neck, drags you back to his lair with his saber teeth. Sabu is dangerous. Sabu Fu rules all. That said, the Brown Guy says, in all seriousness, the show is crap. Kurtzman and CBS can kiss my brown behind. Amen, the Brown Guy. Amen. So what have we learned today? Kirk Fu is greater than Data Fu, which is not as great as Sabu Fu. And Kurtzman and CBS can kiss the Brown Guy's behind. I think that pretty much says it all. Hail to the Brown Guy. And thank you, brother, for being a member of my channel. Matt G with $1 super chat didn't say anything, but he doesn't have to. He's Matt G, and he's a pal of mine. Thank you, Matt G, for that. DeWall with a $5 super chat says Data wouldn't be part of that universe. His creator was into genetics before androids. In that university, he would have stayed a geneticist. Good point, DeWall. This is not part of the Next Generation universe. They said as much in an interview in Variety. Kurtzman came out, and basically in that interview, it was said that Star Trek Picard is going to differ from the Next Generation in virtually every respect, in tone, in flavor, and a lot of this and that. They admitted it. So I don't know what to tell you guys. It ain't Star Trek. Hail to the wall. Professor X Patton with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Patton X Patton. Says, we sent Gene's ashes to space out of respect for his creation and contribution to our society. Can we shoot Klutzman's ashes into the sun? Hail and rest in peace, Terry Jones. Thank you, Professor X Patton. Yes. I just like to say about Terry Jones that Monty Python and Star Trek were probably, along with Batman, I think the three main influences on my life. I think Star Trek gave me my love of narrative excellence, my understanding of the dramatic arts, how to craft a beautiful story, and gave me a grounding as a child in the values of both logic and compassion. I mean, there's no way to overstate what Star Trek meant to me growing up. And furthermore, I would say that Monty Python really brought out my sense of the absurd. You know, if you like my channel and you think that I'm funny, it's probably because at a very impressionable age, I happened to catch some Monty Python, and it just made me laugh my head off. And I came to understand the potential of humor to tell great truths, just like Star Trek tells great truths couched in science fiction. So the loss of Terry Jones is a a terrible thing, and I am very, very sorry. I was sorry to hear that. Rest in peace, Terry Jones, and hail to the great Monty Python. Terry Jones is now an ex-parrot. God bless you, man. Thank you for all that you gave us. Drink them if you got them, folks. Cheers. Always look on the bright side of life, Digi Akuma. You're quite right. Breaker, aka Brick here, with a $2 super chat. Hail, my friend, says, did I start this? I was joking. That's okay, man. I just had to rant about this. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It needed to be said. I needed to get it off my chest, and I feel better all for it. Thank you, Breaker. Hecate's daughter. You are home, my dear. I am so glad that you are home. I hope that you're feeling okay. I hope that you're well. And I hope I will get the honor and privilege of hearing your lovely voice tonight around 7:30 when I go ahead into that Discord. Thank you, my dear Hecate's daughter, who says, have a good rant, my liege. Rant a bit for me too. Always, my dear. Always. Hope to see you later. Sandra Feliciano, my personal pilot and legionnaire, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Sandra. Says, preach it, my lord. The Star Trek of my youth was full of promise. These days, what they call Star Trek reflects the Orwellian nightmare of 1984. Yes, and cultural vandalism. It seems like some people just want to watch franchises burn. And I think that Kurtzman is one of those people, just hell-bent on not giving fans anything that they want, spitting on everything they love. I don't know if it's spite or just a desire to pull a kind of Ruin Johnson on people. I don't know. Some people just like to watch the world burn. Thank you, Sandra Feliciano. The Orwellian nightmare of 1984. Amen. Amen. That English gent. Dun, 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 dun. Now that's actually French. It would be Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. With a £5 super chat. Thank you, that English gent. Says, hail Doomcock. I've just got into your stream just as your rant ends. Don't suppose you could do a quick summary rant for me, please? No, it doesn't work that way. The guy was just asking why I even bothered to watch it then. And I said, because to not do so is to be complicit in the destruction of Star Trek. If you say nothing as they destroy things that you love, then they will move on to other things that you love and things other people love. And it's just an endless stream of destruction. And I resent that. And I will not tolerate it, that English gent. But I tell you what, I have been very negligent, mea culpa, maxima culpa, in not getting my live streams up on Harvey's channel. I just get distracted. I get tired. When I do a live stream, I say I'll do it in the morning. And then, of course, in the morning, I get distracted. So I will make a commitment to you guys. I will get all those damn live streams loaded up tomorrow. I apologize profoundly. And that English gent, I will put this stream up first. Okay, as soon as it ends, I will pop it up there for you guys to have. And that way you can listen to that actual rant at your leisure, my friend. I am so sorry. Yes, Doomcock is not perfect. Doomcock is a damn sight far from being perfect. Aluvrian Imikara with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Aluvrian. It says, merch shows all, revised licensee list in your email. Oh, I am delighted, Aluvrian Imikara. I smell a video coming. Thank you, my dear. You are awesome. I can't wait to get that. Thank you. And I'm behind on emails. I am behind. I'm late. So I will get on that as well. I apologize again. My many failings, my failings. Well, when I take over the world, no one will dare point them out to me. Actually, nobody else does except myself. But they're there. Thank you, Olivrian and Mikara, and I will get on that. Thank you, my dear. R.N. Feliciano with $1.99 super chat. A hell of a drummer, a hell of a legionnaire, and the husband of the lovely Sandra Feliciano, who says Star Trek Picard equals stop this crap, please. Hashtag sabotage TM.
TM. Hey, Sabu, you owe me a nickel because you used my TM because I TM, asshole. Yeah, screw you.
Thank you, R.N. Feliciano. Sabotage. I like it. The Great Chugi with a $10 super chat. Hail the Great Chugi, who says, what about the DS9 episode Life Support that deals with the consequences of putting a positronic brain into a humanoid body? Guess they didn't see that one. No, they don't. They don't. The Lost Angel. I'm getting to your super chat. I have not ignored your super chat, my friend. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm moving as quickly as I can through them now. And I will get to it very shortly, the Lost Angels. I promise you. So sorry about that. Yeah, no, they don't. They're not fans of Star Trek. They didn't see the one with Lore. They didn't see the one with Law. They didn't see that Deep Space Nine episodes. They really don't give a damn about Star Trek. And they're too lazy to do the research. They're too lazy even to go to the damn, Memory Alpha website and look it up for themselves. They don't even have to watch. But see, the problem is without watching, they don't even know what questions to ask. It's a great, great embarrassment and a shame professionally for any writer to write about things he knows nothing about. Thank you, the Great Chugi, for pointing that out. The Legion of Reason with a $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you, the Legion of Reason. Says the original series was about the promise of a federation. Its characters believed worth fighting for. In this thing, Picard didn't like what it had become and turned tail instead. Yep, he did not stick around. He blamed the Federation, which was building 10,000 ships in an armada specifically to go rescue and bail out the Romulans. And those ships got destroyed. And then Starfleet said, well, shoot, I mean, we can't build another 10,000. Of course, how long would it take to build 10,000 ships like that? It'd take a long time. The star would go nova by then. This is ridiculous. It would make so much more sense for them to go ahead and spend whatever money they had to or resources to charter freighters. There's a galaxy full of freighters out there. The Federation is full of transport vessels. If you wanted to do that, it would save a lot of money just paying them to go and help out the Romulans. But no, they had to make a grand gesture of building this ridiculous armada of 10,000 ships. Can you imagine the expense? Can you imagine the time it would take? And then they get destroyed. So all that good intentions goes up in smoke. And then they say, well, hell, I mean, we can't do that. We build another 10. You've got to build another 10,000. Well, we really can't do that, Jean-Luc Picard. Then I resign. You're fascists. What the fuck is that? Oh, Bruce Schmiel. Thank you, Bruce Schmiel. I appreciate that correction, and I will do my very best to remember that, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lost Angels. No, I take it very seriously. I definitely appreciate you guys, and I want to make you guys happy. I really do. So I'm trying as fast as I can while still being respectful of everyone. Thank you, the Legion of Reason. It's just insane, isn't it? Picard blames them for their fleet getting blown up and that they won't build another one. Yes, they're just made of money, aren't they? Basil, the Pumpin' Seagull, with a $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Basil. Says no data, no seagull. Good, Basil, good. Don't watch it. It will only break your feathered heart. Thank you, Basil. Judo Cricket with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Judo. Says keep drinking. The beauty of bourbon should never be hidden away. Absolutely, Judo Cricket. Absolutely. God. Elijah Craig Small Batch. If you've never had it, Check it out. It is absolutely delicious. Thank you, Judo Cricket, for that endorsement. Rural with $1 super chat. Thank you, my friend, for that. Didn't say anything, but I appreciate the tip nonetheless. Marcus Stuhlfahrer with a €5 super chat. Thank you, Marcus. Says, our last hope is that they fuck it up so badly that Seth MacFarlane can buy Star Trek wholesale. Wouldn't that be something? If NBC bought Star Trek back for Seth MacFarlane, wouldn't that be poetic justice that Star Trek winds up back on the network that started the whole thing in the first place? I would get behind that. I would get behind that in a heartbeat. Seth, are you listening? Mr. MacFarlane, please buy Star Trek. NBC, buy Star Trek back and return it to its former glory. Hatch 450SX says, Overlord DVD gives me hope there is still humanity in the world. Thank you, Hatch 450SX. You guys are fantastic. I think I'm going to have to start adding a weekly daytime live stream. I've missed you guys. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I think it's high time I did. So I think at least every other week, maybe even every week, I may just go ahead and start doing a weekday live stream. I think I should, because I'm having a blast. Thank you guys so much. You are outstanding. Warren Roar, my dear friend Warren Roar, a hell of a man, a Legionnaire, a police officer working in Hawaii. Warren has sent me a super chat, and he says, thanks for spreading the word out for my fallen officers t-shirt fundraiser. We miss her. Regarding this show, it's pure garbage and insulting to fans. I agree, Warren. I agree entirely. And I would ask my wrenches if one of you could please post a link to Warren Roar's fallen officers fundraiser. I would really appreciate that if you guys could do that. And basically, Warren lost an officer in the line of duty, 2 officers, in fact, gunned down. And this is a fund for their families. So yeah, please post that link if you would. I would appreciate it, you guys. A good night, Mr. Koluber. Says, got to go to my home planet. Good night, sir. And thank you for popping by here. Let's see. Samu Rai with a $5 super chat. Hail Samu Rai. Says, Andy Tricker's review is actually good. Says Picard was like a slave owner with Romulan slaves. Oh, come on. Come on. No, they weren't like slaves at all. I think that they were there out of gratitude to Picard as a man of principle who did what he could, you know, to help to help Romulus. I don't. They weren't slaves. That's. I mean, I love Andy Trekker. I don't know if he actually said that or if that was a joke, but no, they weren't slaves. Come on. Thank you, Samu Rai, and I will check out Andy Trekker's review. Looking forward to it. And subscribe to Andy Trekker, by the way. He's a good guy, really good guy. Good friend of the channel and a Legionnaire in his own right. Just a hell of a good guy. AFK Bard with a $5 super chat. Thank you, AFK Bard. Says there is subtle messaging and then there is beating you over the head with it. Star Trek Discovery and Doctor Who writers are only aware of the second option. That's the only mode they have, AFK Bard. The only mode they have. Thank you, my friend, very much for that super chat. JRG Projects with a $5 super chat. Go Cardinals. Says, as someone who was a Star Trek Voyager first fan, this so-called show still hurts my soul. Yeah, Star Trek Voyager is infinitely superior to any Kurtzman Trek, any JJ Trek. Star Trek Voyager is actual Star Trek. Now, in a lot of ways, it may be uninspired. It may be a little bit rote, a little bit paint by the numbers, but I tell you, it is Star Trek, done by real Star Trek people with real knowledge of Star Trek back when they still gave a damn. So I would absolutely recommend watching Star Trek Voyager any day over STD, or S star TP, as I like to call it, or star TP, accent on the P. Thank you, JRG Projects. Friggin' Senders with $1.99 super chat. Thank you, friggin' one. Says Kremlin. Government resigns. Putin. I am the Senate. Hail friggin' Senders. Thank you, sir, for that super chat. Nicely put. Basil, the Pumpin' Seagull, with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Basil, says TNG. Basil's first as well. Basil would not be the meaty, fibrous seagull he is today without it. And for folks like Basil, whose first love, Star Trek-wise, was TNG, you probably want to avoid Star Trek Picard like the plague. It will only break your heart watching him succumb to this disease, to decline, ultimately to die, I'm sure. I'm sure that this is going to be basically his Logan. I don't have any proof of it, but that's what I've heard, and I can just see it. I can see it happening. Professor Chaos 56 with a $5 super chat. Hail to the professor. Says a series can evolve with losing what made it great. Star Trek's evolution has no excuse to disregard Gene Roddenberry's vision like it has. For shame. Well said, Professor Chaos 56, and thank you for being a channel member, my friend. Von Doofus with $1.99, a super chat, saying, the line must be drawn here. Here. Damn right, Von Doofus. Damn right. And hail to the Munsters, buddy. Good to see you, brother. Lancer 737 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Lancer. Says, did you like Baby Data in the show? I love the songs he sang. Do androids dream of Klingon cowboys? Lost that lovin' feeling because Geordi took my chip. I think I blacked out during the show, Lancer 737. I did not hear that. I did not hear that. Although they love licensing Blue Skies to harken back another member berry from the original that, full of Sound of Fury signifying nothing. Thank you, Lancer 737. I loved Baby. I'm sure I would have loved Baby Data in the show if I'd seen him. Do androids dream of Klingon cowboys? God only knows, Lancer. Thank you, brother. Daxamite for $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Daxamite. Says soon, if not already, we will be seeing Funko Pop Picard figures. Trek is so bad now, I can even make myself watch my old DVDs. Trek has ruined Trek. Trek has ruined Trek. Oh, it is Daxamite. It is Daxamite. Like that name, brother. Yeah, Funko Pop Picard figures. I think they already are out there. I really do. I think they are absolutely already out there. Robo Beast says, don't forget the transwarp beaming now exists thanks to Kurtzman. That's right. Citizens of Romulus can instantly beam to another planet with a briefcase. Who needs an armada of 10,000 ships? Absolutely. Corey Adams says, Jerry Ryan was a swinger with her ex-husband. Look it up. Oh, I have. Never have I wanted to be a swinger so much in my life. 7 of 9 or not. Bionic implants or not. Va-va-voom. Va-va-voom. Thank you, Daxamite. Entertainment Hacker with 250 yen. I thank you, Entertainment Hacker. I have not seen you in a long time, my friend. Good to see you. Entertainment Hacker says, cheers from Tokyo. Channel is killing it. Thank you, sir. I bow to you in the best Eastern tradition. Good to hear from you, man. Hope to hear you in Discord either later tonight or maybe Monday during the day. We're having the Doomcock Roundtable. Don't forget. AFK Bard with a $2 super chat. Thank you, AFK Bard. Says, you missed my last super chat, sir. I still love you. I did not, AFK Bard. I just read it just a little while ago. Just takes me a little time, but I'm glad you still love me. I love you too, brother. Have faith. Just takes me a little while sometimes. Felipe Abrigo with 2 5,000 Chilean peso super chats in a row. And Felipe Abrigo, I thank you, my Chilean friend. He says, my lord, I have a confession to make. My real name is Overlord Betamax, and I live in Chile, which is the Earth's ass, which is connected to the Earth's center through the Earth's digestive system. I am working secretly with Harvey to help him escape, but probably he will kill me anyway. We will find the way to push the button and end this. I can't take this anymore.
Very, very well said, Felipe Abrigo. Hail, Felipe Abrigo. I am glad, sir. Glad to see you are working with me to go ahead and move the hands of the Harvey clock to midnight. And when the Harvey clock meets midnight, you will all perish in flames. Back to you, Chet.
Thank you, Harvey, for chiming in with that cheery reminder of why we don't push the button.
Oh, damn. Why can't I keep my damn yap shut?
I don't know, man. You're just so full of anger. El Berzadente with a 10 euro super chat. Hail, El Berzadente. Thank you, my legionnaire. He says, Daj was clearly filled with propane.
That's right. It's like when that guy spat on her, she got so mad that the propane inside her went ahead and ignited, and she just went ahead and burned up pretty darn good. But she burned up with a clean blue flame, unlike stuffing her full of that bastard fuel coal and lighting a fuse up her butt. That would have left all sorts of mess and had a nasty, burny, charcoaly kind of taste that propane would never give. Thank you to El Berzadente. And I'm glad that Daj was another satisfied propane user. Back to you, Chet.
My name's not Chet, damn it. Hail El Berzadente, and thank you. And by the way, the Harvey clock stands at 15 seconds to Harvey.
15 seconds to Harvey. Celebrate, celebrate.
Yes. 15 seconds to Harvey, folks. We are 15 seconds away on the Harvey clock to utter oblivion, thanks to Star Trek Picard. Send out your suggestions for things that will make me turn the clock back.
No, don't.
But until that time, we are all in peril. RR with a $24.99 super chat. Hail RR, says Hail DVD. I share your pain in seeing this abomination of what was a story of eternal optimism and hope for human civilization to achieve its highest potential. Thank you for saying what others either won't or fear to say. Thank you, my legionnaire and my channel member, RR. Thank you. That is a very generous super chat, RR. I greatly appreciate it. And yes, it pains me greatly to see Roddenberry's ideals treated so shabbily, discarded with such aplomb. It's heartbreaking. It really is. Anyone who knows what Star Trek is knows that this ain't it. This ain't it. Me, do you think the Romulan blood was actual blood or some Romulan acid defense mechanism? Well, if it was a Romulan defense mechanism, why didn't it melt through his cheeks and his jaw before he could spit it? Why didn't it disintegrate his tongue and his lips? Why didn't it just run down his neck and just disintegrate him in place? Obviously, it's something that doesn't bother him. I guess Spock has acid blood too. Nobody said anything. How odd. Thank you, RR. TLJ Screwjob with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, TLJ Screwjob. Says Jake Skywalker and now Gene Jake Picard. Why? I don't know. I guess these corporations are averse to profit. They just don't want to profit. That's all I can say. I don't know. Taker 610 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Taker. Says my liege. Do you recall an episode of The Next Generation where some kind of alien burst from someone's chest like in the movie Alien? Am I imagining this? No. I believe the name of the episode was Conspiracy. It was something that they did as a kind of a cliffhanger at the end of season 1. But it was gonna be a storyline that they were gonna develop about aliens infiltrating Starfleet and kind of a invasion of the body snatchers kind of thing. And Roddenberry, I think, wisely veered away from that. And they just said, yeah, this doesn't work. It looks cheesy and cheap. So they just blew it off. They didn't have it anymore. But it was a horrific. It was way out of touch with the theme that Roddenberry was otherwise trying to inspire. But good memory, sir. And it is confirmed. You are not going crazy, Taker 610. Thank you, my friend. Digi Akuma with another $5 super chat. Digi Akuma, you are too kind. And he says, I relate to Felipe's super chat. Pray the absolutely desperate won't take up refrain. Had to put that Code Geass reference in there. Recommend the series. Thank you, Digi Akuma, very, very much, sir. I hope I get to chat with you soon. RN Feliciano with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, RN. Raymond. He says, Irwin Allen did that on the movie Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Boy, I tell you what, I really Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea is not very good, but it did have three good things in the movie. That would be Walter Pidgeon. It would be Barbara Eden. Who I still have a crush on. My God, she still looks beautiful. And she's what, 80 something? Jeannie. I dream of Jeannie. I will always dream of Jeannie. And of course, the Sea View itself, the submarine, the coolest other than, okay, the Nautilus. The Nautilus in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is the coolest submarine of all time. But then it's the Sea View. I love the Sea View. God, what a beautiful, beautiful design the Sea View submarine is. Hail RN Feliciano, and thank you for reminding me of how damn cool Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea was. Terrible show. Cool models. Mark C with a $5 super chat. Thank you again, Mark. Says, was Mars terraformed in the show? Mars's atmosphere shouldn't burn. Well, they didn't really show it, but they implied that there was atmosphere there and that it ignited the atmosphere, and it's still burning to this day, Mark C. Still burning to this day. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how dumb that is? Admiral O.F. Doom says, later days and sleepless nights all. And always life as if awesome is a downgrade. Just an observation. Hail Admiral O.F. Doom, brother. Love you, man. Glad you could make it today. Yes, Barbara Eden would still be beautiful even as a mummy. Hail Max 15. Welcome to the channel membership, Max 15. So glad to have you here. Thank you, Dominion, and welcome to the club. Ethan Thames with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Ethan. Says, after what I heard, I want the Dominion to come back through the wormhole and put this sham of the Federation out of its misery. If you hate what Star Trek Picard has done to the Federation, just wait until you get a load of Star Trek Discovery Season 3. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, baby. No, you ain't. Thank you, Ethan Thames. I will be doing a video a little bit before the release of Star Trek Discovery, spilling the tea on what the hell they are doing on that show. It will curl your hair. Math isn't my best subject with a $1.99 super chat. Says, sup, Doomy? Not much, just chilling with my pals and having a lot of fun in a daytime live stream. I'm just glad I did this, man. You guys are awesome. Yellow Flash 2 with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Yellow Flash. Says, hail Doomcock. I hope Picard is not a trash fire. Spoiler, it is. It is Yellow Flash 2. It is a trash fire. It is a dumpster fire. It is a Mars burning perpetual atmosphere on fire. God, it's so bad. I haven't even, there's more to say, but I'm going to leave it. I'll have to do another video about it or two. And I'm going to review everyone, so don't worry. Don't worry, it's coming. Cavi with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Cavi. Says, hail Doomcock. Did you see the trailer for Hulu's remake of the 2000 film High Fidelity where they replaced John Cusack's character with Zoe Kravitz? Oh, God. No. No. Jesus God. Mike Drop says, no, you're awesome, Overlord DVD. Thank you, Mike Drop. You are awesome. Love your avatar. Yin Yang, the Tao. You're awesome, Mike Drop. You're awesome. No, I haven't, Cavi. I haven't. And Jesus, what are they doing? Hulu has a lot of credit with me for picking up the Orville season 3, but geez, that's bad. That's bad. Thank you for the warning, Cavi. Appreciate it. Mr. 19. No, we can't dance together. No, we got nothing in common. With a $14.99 super chat. Thank you. Hey, Mr. 19, who says, this is just for doing what you do. Thank you very much, Mr. 19. I really appreciate the support. Jeez. You know, I think when I feel down, I should just live stream from now on. Just instead of sulking and being in my lair and brooding on the battlements, I should just get on and be with my people and feel better. I think that's my new resolution for 2020. Of course, the problem is when I'm in a bad mood or depressed, I worry that I would do a bad show and let you guys down. So I don't know. I have to weigh it. But geez, I always feel like $1 million coming off of this because you guys just raise my spirits. You just absolutely raise my spirits. Oh, come on, Mills. Are you kidding? Breaking news. Kathy puts Obi-Wan on hold. Didn't like the scripts. Are you serious? Is this confirmed, Mills? Because I've been hearing that Obi-Wan has been put on hold forever, but I didn't believe it because I have no confirmation. But is that true? Holy crap. Wow. Mark Lur says only 63 more likes to 1,000 likes. That's amazing. Wow. And Mike Drop says, my avatar is a mosaic in a German hospital. Took a pic of it when I was there after getting a concussion. Too much German beer. Ha ha. Well, at least you had fun, Mike Drop. Collider is reporting. Wow. Wow. Wowie. Wow. Wowie. Wow. Wow. Well, that's really bad. Damn. Thank you, Mage Grey Wolf. I'm glad I do. Hail, a stellar Heather. Glad you will be in the Discord later. Hail. Confirmed by Collider. Wow. Holy crap. Holy crap. I got to take a drink. Wow. Mm-mm. Madness. It's fucking madness. Oh my God. So after the incredible mediocrity, the virtual failure of Rise of Skywalker, where it's not even going to make as much money as Rogue One, back to square one, where they started from. It's not only is Rise of Skywalker not going to make as much as The Last Jedi, it's not going to make as much as Rogue One. And you're telling me, Collider is telling me that Iger is actually leaving Kathleen Kennedy in charge to go ahead and derail the only success that Disney has in terms of Star Wars? Because all they've got is The Mandalorian now. And you've got, Feige and actual guys that know Star Wars working on Obi-Wan. And she doesn't like it. And she puts it on the skids. Disney should be absolutely desperate to get Obi-Wan on the small screen. Disney Plus is going to wither and die without some new, fresh Star Wars content. Ride on the coattails of of the Mandalorian. And so, I mean, even as it is, man, even as it is, it's going to take them, a year to get Obi-Wan up and running, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, that's a long time for subscribers to Disney Plus to say, what are we paying for here? And Bale waiting and waiting for more Star Wars. And now she's thrown a wrench in the gears, stopping up the machine. Wow. That's just too damn funny. Yes, the sign cast. Disney Plus is the new CBS All Access. Wow. Well, I don't know what to say. It's absolutely stunning. I had no inkling that they were going. I mean, there was all these rumors about what do you think of Obi-Wan being canceled? What do you think of Obi-Wan being canceled? I said, it's not. Well, we got some Kreskins or something. We got some Uri Gellers seeing the future. Well, Collider says it's not canceled, but the show is on hold indefinitely. Right. Well, if they're going to wait to get a whole batch of other scripts like worked up, is Ewan McGregor just going to hang out? I mean, he's going to go ahead and do other projects. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm stunned. Wow. Hilarious. Psycho Dwarf 9 with a $2 super chat says Klingorks and Romul elves. Romu Elvis?
Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah, Romu Elvis. That would be funny. He'd be in like a Star Spangled kind of jumpsuit.
Brand new bird of prey for you. Brand new bird of prey for you. Brand new bird of prey for you.
Thank you, Psycho Dwarf 9, for the laugh. TD Kane with a $5 super chat. Hail, TD Kane says Dodge 2 is the real Mary Sue. She didn't die. That's right. The first Dodge was inferior copy. Dodge 2 is the real Mary Sue, the bestest ever. Indiana Jeremy says on hold indefinitely equals purgatory. You are quite correct, Indiana Jeremy. You are quite correct. Chris Persia with a lyric here. If you're blue and you don't know what to do, why don't you go where Cannon quits? The place where KK sits. Thank you, Chris Persia. Very, very nice lyric there. Thank you, TD Kane. June Wong with a $5 Australian super chat. Hail, June Wong says, long live outcasts. While the normals are hooking up and getting laid, it is the geeks that give humanity fire, plumbing, and Wi-Fi. Be proud, all ye geeks. All of my fellow geeks, absolutely, I wear it now like a badge of honor. An honor badge that we have all bled for. All of geeks who are of a certain age. We have bled, we have fought. And I am honored to bleed in your presence. Samu Rai with a $2 super chat. Hail, Samu Rai says Dodge didn't dodge the acid spit / blood very well. No, she didn't, Samu Rai. And of course, the spit would be a lot slower than a light beam shot out of a blaster. But yeah, Dodge didn't dodge that one at all, Samurai. That's a very, very astute observation. Thank you, sir. Keith Harper with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you. Keith says they must have used Norton Ghost 25th Century Edition to clone their data. Yeah, probably so. You know, it's off the shelf technology now, and the Daystrom Institute really didn't have a whole lot to do with it. Bronze Division with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Bronze Division. Says, I decided early on to not see Star TP, but I'm morbidly curious to know how badly Bad Reboot fucked it up. Thus, I'm extremely grateful to you, my Lord Doomcock, for taking the bullet for me in this report. You're very welcome. I'm extremely tired. I got very little sleep. I stayed up. I watched the episode. I got about 4 hours sleep. Then I got up and started working on the review because I knew I had to get it out at a certain time. And yeah, I'm fried. I'm so tired. I'm going on fumes and very little food and alcohol and outrage. So should be fun later tonight. You are welcome, Bronze Division. It was absolutely my pleasure. Star Trek's Edge, I just subscribed. Thank you, Star Trek's Edge. I appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate every single subscription. Lori Wilson says, for someone that's extremely tired, you sound very energetic. Well, the show must go on, Lori. The show must go on. Last night, I tweeted out that I was going to do this daytime live stream. And by the time I was done with my video, I was like, there's no way I can do this. And I'm like, I am not going to let these people down. And then I was working on I finally got the pictures from the printer. I have photographs now to send out to my Legionnaires and sign. So, I mean, oh God, I'm a little lightheaded, but you know, the energy from the live stream kind of keeps me going. I'll crash later tonight. Thank you, Bronze Division. Cardboard Kenny with a $5 super chat. My dear friend, the artist formerly known as Cardboard Kenny, my Legionnaire, my pal, says all you need is a private torrent site and 28 terabytes with more being added of HD. Huh? For what? To create a clone of Dodge? 28 terabytes. That's all it is. That's all it takes to clone Dodge. I don't know what that means, Cardboard Kenny, but I'm hoping that you can maybe attend one of these get-togethers and maybe we can talk, or you can just write me an email or DM me on Patreon. Thank you, Cardboard Kenny. Corey Adams with $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Corey. Says Stargate SG-1 is in my top 5 all-time best shows. Good. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I've been watching it. I was given it by Tamarox, one of my friends and Legionnaires, who also gave me the entire series of Nightman. Tamarox, I haven't heard from you in a long time. I'd really love it if you would drop me a line and let me know how you're doing, brother. Hail Corey Adams. And hail Stargate SG-1. Captain Hare with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Captain Hare. Says, I'm super late. Did they mention where the human brains, the ones that were replaced with positronic brains, went? Or did they make brainless humans? It's one or the other, Captain Hare. It's one or the other, obviously. They had to grow, probably they grew a human body around the positronic brain, I'm guessing. Although how it would interface when it was a little fetus, did they have a little wire? A couple of wires. It's just fucking monstrous. It's hideous and it's ugly. And that is Kurtzman's Star Trek in a pinch. Oh, Basil, the Pump and Seagull says, I might have to send you the entire series of Auto Man. I would love to see Auto Man. I have never, ever seen that, but it looks as glorious as Nightman in terms of being so bad it's good. And I would love to see that at some point. Basil, DJM Voices with a $10 super chat. Thank you, my dear friend. And Xanadumir, DJM Voices, who says, hail Doomcock. Times past, the use of a Borg cube made me think of good things to come. Now I just think, oh God, they'll ruin it. How long before we say Voyager was only the second worst treatment of the Borg? About 12 hours ago. How long has this thing been out? 6 hours ago, something like that. I don't know, 18. I don't know. I can't. My head is too messed up at this point to do math. So I don't know. Like a day in the past, a day ago. That's how long it took. DJM Voices. David Stout. Hello, David S. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I've got 1,000 likes. Thank you. Miguel H., love your imitation of Ray's voice. The best ever. Well, thank you. Auto Man was bad, but in a good way. That's what I've heard, Mark Lerseth. I can't wait to see it. Judo Cricket with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Judo Cricket says, have you tried Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? Fantastic bourbon. I have not. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I love Elijah Craig. I think it's my favorite bourbon, other, of course, than Pappy Van Winkle. Pappy Van Winkle 15-year blew my mind. Pappy Van Winkle 15-year. I'll probably never taste it again, but oh my God. Boy, that was good. But for a bourbon that doesn't cost, $2,000 a bottle, Elijah Craig is my favorite, hands down. Thank you, Judo Cricket. Joe Bullock with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Joe. Says thank you. Just thank you for all you do. Joe, thank you, man. I could not do it without you guys. Seriously. Thank you guys so very much. Makes me feel so good, man. Lightheaded, but good. Thank you, Joe. Jason Woodruff with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jason. Says, hail Doomcock, hail the fandom menace. I believe that it's time we buy back what was stolen from us. Boy, if only we could. If only we could have a fan buyback of some of our precious murdered franchises. I think that would be just absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm all for it. If they would sell it to us, maybe we should. Wouldn't that be awesome? Then maybe I could be in charge of Star Trek and I'd make a damn good show. King Acuras with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Your Majesty. Says, my favorite part of Picard episode 1 was the crap dialogue. Quickest way to hook me is to give me a boring show with crap dialogue. Yay, Star Trek. Go, Dr. Spock. You are right, King Acuras. The dialogue was cringeworthy, but boy, the cognitive problems were even worse in my book, even worse. Basil, the Pump and Seagull with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Basil. Says, Picard will have a scene with him milking a space manatee, but the manatee will be male. The manatee will be male. Engage. Uh-oh. We don't want that kind of shot, do we, Basil? The Pump and Seagull. Artra with a $2 super chat. Thank you, V. Says, can Picard be fixed? How would that look to you? Not this iteration. No. I mean, it's too late. They filmed it. And by the time they're done with it, it's just going to be awful. It's just going to be awful. How would it look to me with an entirely different writing staff, top to bottom, full of actual writers and Star Trek fans, probably run by someone like Ron Moore. I think that's what a good show would look like at this juncture. But no, out of these guys, it's impossible. They're entirely incapable of it. Straight up. Solar Chaos with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Solar Chaos. Says, I'm not surprised that Star TP has turned out so badly. It seems to be an extension of STD. Clearly the infection has spread. Yes, it has. Right into the brain. Okay, you guys, I am going to have to get off here before too much longer, but I think I can get the rest of the super chats. But I don't know that I can. I've got to get a little something to eat. I just want to give you guys a head up. I think I can get all the super chats here. I think I can do it. AFK Bard with a $10 super chat again says, my lord, you missed my last 2 super chats, but that's okay. I'll just keep sending you more. I have not, sir. Sabu, have I missed any of AFK's Bard super chats? No, I have not. I have not. Oh, Trevor McEwen says, welcome, sir. He has joined the elite ranks of the arch villains. Wow. Trevor McEwen, sir, I bow to you, oh arch villain. And I am hoping to do a arch villain only live stream, maybe this Sunday. That's kind of what maybe I'm looking at here, like during the afternoon on Sunday. We'll look at it. I'll try to figure out a way. If not, then certainly in the next 4 days, we're going to get that done. Another Archvillain only live stream. I thank you, sir, and welcome to it. Basil, the Pumpin' Seagull with a $2 Canadian super chat says, Auto Man is 20 times better than Nightman, my liege. Well, Basil, in that case, it is a must see. I must see it. Good God, 20 times better than Nightman? It's almost impossible. By the way, I don't think this even exists. But if anyone has a copy of a soundtrack album to Nightman, so I can get all that incredible jazz that Nightman used to play. I'm not kidding. I actually love it. I would love to buy a copy. I don't think it even exists. I've looked and looked high and low, and I couldn't find any kind of Nightman soundtrack. But if anyone knows of one that exists, God, I'd love it. I really would love it. A Lady Mist, a farty kitty of love super sticker. Thank you, Lady Mist. I very, very much appreciate that. Wonderful, Lady Mist. A farty kitty. What says love better than farty kitty? Luby Spider with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Luby. Says, anyone else feel the world is going the way of idiocracy? Sir, I hear that every day, and I absolutely believe it is true, sadly. Abazanough with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Abazanough. Says, do you own Disney stock? In spite of the nonsense, they're making me Skrilla. With all the IP they own now, my bet is growth in 5 to 10 years. Thought? Yeah, I wouldn't bet against Disney stock. I mean, they own everything. I don't see them going under anytime soon. No, I think that's not at all an unreasonable thing, Bazanouf. I think, I don't do the stock market. I don't own any stock, so I'm talking out of my ass. But, how can you bet against Disney? Honestly, I mean, they own everything. I don't see that changing, but I know nothing about the stock market, brother. I know nothing about the stock market. Michelle P, thank you for the adorable drink offer super sticker with the pear. Thank you, Michelle P. Very, very much appreciated, my dear. Bruce Schmiel with a $5 super chat. I hope I nailed it there, Bruce. Says, what news from your spies about Trek going to NBC? I hope my faith will be rewarded. Long live the Orville, and thank you. Bruce, I've heard absolutely nothing. If anything, my normal Trek source does not put much credence in that rumor. If Star Trek was put on the auction block, however, I think McFarlane would probably go for it. I think he wouldn't be able to resist. That's my feeling. Thank you, Bruce Schmiel. Corayon with a $2 Canadian super chat says, hashtag Data has one daughter. Hashtag Data has one daughter. Make it so, people. Make it so. I like that. I like that hashtag. Let's go ahead and make that trend, shall we? Thank you, Corayon. The Lost Angels with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, oh lost one. Says, when Gene Roddenberry died back in 1991 in October 24th, Star Trek officially died. It stayed afloat till the year 2000, but it wasn't the same. I agree. I think Enterprise had its heart in the right place, and I think Voyager the same. Deep Space Nine is a great show. I think it kind of, inherited that genome and it carried it through to the end. But yeah, I can't really disagree with you, Lost Angels. I can't disagree with you. Thank you for that super chat. Bob Condrick with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Bob. Says, STP is the dollar store frozen dinner of Star Trek. It tastes bad and you deeply regret consuming it afterwards, especially when you're stuck on the toilet. Absolutely true, Bob Condrick. Thank you, sir. Star Trek Picard. It's the dollar store frozen dinner of Star Trek. And Star TP is the dumpster in the back. Thank you, Bob. Mary Mayhem with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Mary. Says, Hail Doomcock, to which I say, Hail Mary. And I will see you on your channel later tonight for karaoke. I think it's my second appearance. I think I've done it once before. Hail Mary Mayhem. Agent Pepsi 1 with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my Legionnaire. Agent Pepsi 1 says, DVD, Patrick Stewart is already attacking fans. Really? Oh, Sir Patrick, for God's sake, stay out of something you don't know anything about. For God's sakes, man. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1, for letting me know. Dear God in heaven, here we go. Patrick, somebody tell Mr. Sir Patrick Stewart to please don't make it worse. Just be quiet, man. You know, I mean, you did your thing with the political stuff, and you know that probably hurt viewership enough. And you know, at this point, I still don't want to blame you for anything. You're just an actor, and you're misguided, and you're not really a Star Trek fan, and you don't really understand what the hell you're doing. And I have no desire to attack you or anything. You've done such great work in your career, and I admire you greatly as an actor. And I'm sure that you're a very nice man, but you're sticking your dick in a hornet's nest, dude, and it's just not smart. Please stop it. Just please stop it before, you know, don't make the fans turn on you. Seriously. I'm just going to ignore anything you say. I'm not going to turn on you. I mean, unless you attack me personally, but even then, I mean, you know, I'm not going to do that, but others will. Don't make it worse. That's my advice. Sherry DA 2018 BB with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Sherry DA 2018 BB. Says, first time listening to you live. Love it. And I have never given anyone a super chat out here. You rock, man. Thank you, Sherry DA 2018 BB. I am honored. Deeply, deeply honored to be your first ever super chat. And I'm glad that you like the live stream. I'm going to start trying once a week. I'm going to see if I can to do like a live stream during the day every week. And of course, for a long time, I have done Friday Night Frolics, which is my Friday night live stream at 6:30 p.m. Central on Fridays. And I do kind of more of like a variety show there. I do pop culture reviews, but I also do some singing and some comedy sketches, some reading of poems and whatnot. And I hope you will come to that as well, Sherry. And thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. Michael Maloney with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Michael. Says, I commend to one and all quotable Star Trek by Jill Sherwin. Prime examples of Trek writing at its best. You have heard it here from one of our experts, a Legionnaire and a friend of mine, Michael Maloney. Check out Quotable Star Trek by Jill Sherwin. A must for any Star Trek fan who wants to wash the taste of Star TP out of their mouths. There is the title. Thank you, Michael Maloney. Scott Malden with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Scott. Says, Voyager was kind of sort of darkish, but it was still totally Star Trek. I agree. I mean, you could still have dark situations in Star Trek, but you can't have the Federation be dark. You can't have Starfleet be dark, and you can't have the crew be a bunch of nasty spirited dicks. It just doesn't work, Scott. It just doesn't work. Andrew Swim with a $5 super chat did not say a word, but I thank you, Andrew, just the same. Literature Devil with a $2 super chat. Hail, Literature Devil. Who says, hail, Doomcock, hail, Star Trek, hail, Literature Devil. Grimy, a.k.a. Grimmy, my Australian Xanadu Mir with a $5 Australian super chat. Thank you, Grimy. A.k.a. Grimmy says, have you heard of Avenue 5? It looks like an Orville ripoff. I have seen the trailer. I have looked at it. I haven't looked at the show yet. I'm going to give it a chance because I love Hugh Laurie and Ianello. What's his name? Iannucci. who did The Thick of It and Veep and other shows like that. A great writer. I didn't like the trailer. I thought it was boring, but I'm going to give it a shot, at least the first episode, and I will review it probably only for my my channel members, my Doomentites and my arch villains. I'm going to be able to do a lot more. See, that's the beautiful part about being a channel member and also, a member of Patreon and so on. It's because I can do a lot more variety of videos for you guys because they don't let the channel videos, the member only videos, affect the algorithm. So I can do a review of Avenue 5. I can do a video about Doctor Who or The Prisoner or something like that, where I'm just like saying something I like, or that I'm pointing to an old show that's no longer in the conversation. And YouTube isn't going to say, well, only 78 people watch this video, so it's trash and his channel is trash. No, they expect that. So you guys will get a lot more variety of videos than the main YouTube channel, because I can afford to do it. The algorithm will let me. Thank you, Grimmy. The Lost Angels with 2 super chats in a row, $1.99 and a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Lost Angels. Says Doomcock ignored my last super chat. And then says, I'm just teasing you, Doomcock. You're my favorite channel, so no worries. See, I got to it in the end. I told you I would, Lost Angels. I told you I would. I don't let you down, brother. Thank you, though. I thank you for both of those super chats, and thank you. I'm proud to be your favorite channel and honored. Cestus Gorn with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Cestus Gorn. Says, hail Doomcock. Jar Jar Abrams and his bad reboot team would love to erase all Star Trek that existed before the Kelvin timeline. That's their dream. You are 110% correct, Cestus Gorn. 110%. J.J. Abrams specifically blackmailed Paramount into adhere to basically putting his stuff front and center. He really wanted them to stop marketing Star Trek stuff altogether, except for his. Well, that wouldn't wash, but he went ahead and made sure that his separate brand would be promoted. It died out there, so it was a moot point. Nobody gave a damn about it, but yeah. Take a look at your store next time you go and see how much Star Trek Discovery merchandise there is. The answer? None. Mark C. With a $5 super chat says, just for your quick reference, The Offspring is on season 3, disc 4, episode 1. Thank you, Mark. You saved me a lot of time there, brother. I appreciate it. Season 3, disc 4, episode 1. Got it. Thank you, my friend. I'm going to watch that tonight. Jason Presson with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Jason says, hail Doomcock. I'm late. Nobody respects canon. Everyone here does. Everyone here does. We are here. We are live, and we are in a canon-friendly house. And thank God. I love the smell of the fandom in the morning. Smells like victory. That's what it smells like to me. AFK Bard with a $5 super chat. Thank you, AFK Bard. He says, sorry for so many super chats. No need to apologize. It's crazy, man. He says, I didn't realize you were so far behind. Here, have another for the inconvenience. Dude. Dude, I am honored. No problem at all. That's silly. I just don't want to let you guys down is all. I mean, that's what it is. That's all it is. Hail AFK Bard. Yes. Even when I cannot get to every super chat in a live stream, and it happens sometimes, I do a super chat square up. I'll record a separate video where I address all of the leftover super chats. I have one I still owe for the Inquisition, and I will be doing that hopefully tomorrow. Not today, though. I can't. Maybe this weekend. I may have to. It'll be before the next Inquisition. I can promise you that. Spitfire Mark 1A with a £5 super chat. Thank you. Oh, Spitfire. He says, just got in from work to find you doing this live stream. What a great end to the day. Keep up the great work. All the best. KAR120C. For those of you who don't know the greatest television show ever made, The Prisoner, KAR120C is the license plate on number 6's Lotus 7. Just a little bit of trivia for you guys. Watch The Prisoner. It's available on YouTube, actually, from what I understand. Watch The Prisoner, the greatest show ever made. Stellar Heather with $1.99 says, hello, listening in car. Be on Discord later. Hail, Stellar Heather. I look forward to hearing from you, my dear. Supreme Overlord SJW with a pair of super chats in a row, a $10 super chat and a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Supreme Overlord SJW, who says, I haven't seen Picard, but my NPCs tell me that our efforts to shape the story were successful. Could it be that some people dislike it because they are afraid of strong women? It's got to be that, man. It's got to be that. Strong women, absolutely. That's the ticket, Supreme Overlord SJW. That is indeed the ticket. I'm scared of a woman that can leap 30 yards. Any sane person would be afraid of anyone that could do that. That's Hulk-like shit, and not at all the kind of thing that a toxic male likes to see. That said, I love Leia, Marion Ravenwood, Sarah Connor, Ellen Ripley. So yeah, I really do have a great fondness for strong women. Also, a Carrie, I forget her last name, on Homeland, which is also a very good show. And also Supreme Overlord SJW says, you continue to misspeciate Bushiba. He is not a farty kitty. Hashtag Overlord DVD hates all dogs. I kind of think I think sometimes there's a dog and sometimes there's a cat, Supreme Overlord SJW. I don't mean to misspeciate Bushiba. So if you guys agree in the chat that Bushiba is a dog, then I will go ahead and start saying it's a dog. I didn't mean any disrespect to Bushiba at all. I'm very fond of Bushiba, and I apologize if I just think it looks kind of like a cute kitty, and I love kitties, but maybe I should just say a cute little doggy. I guess probably. Matthew Gerwing. Well, what if Bushiba self-identifies in some instances as a cat? Isn't that possible? That's the feeling I get. I get a very cat vibe from some of Bushiba's appearances. Supreme Overlord SJW says Bushiba is a dog. But if Bushiba self-identifies as a cat, mustn't we acknowledge Bushiba's wishes? I think so. Matthew Gerwing with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Matthew. Says, stop the hate. Why is decent called hate? Why do I have to love what CBS puts out? Because you're their property. They bought you years ago. Don't you see the barcode on your forehead? You're supposed to love everything they put out without question because it has the Star Trek logo on it. Don't you know anything? Thank you, Matthew. Cybotron with $1.99 super chat says, getting hungry. Think I'll have Romulan noodles. Oh, don't give them any ideas. They'll do it. Cybotron. They'll do it. Shai Gorath with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Shai Gorath. Says, hail Doomcock. Try Larceny Bourbon. I think it's in most Total Wine stores. Just don't press that release button after finishing a handle. Larceny Bourbon. Gotcha. I will check it out. Do you think it's really as good as Elijah Craig Small Batch? Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you, Shai Gorath, for that very generous super chat, my friend. And thank you for the recommendation of Larceny Bourbon. Michael Thompson with a $2.99 super chat. Thank you, Michael. Says, shout out to TC Gamer 65. Damn. Yes, a super chat that stays there the whole stream. My God. $500. Hail TC Gamer 65 with great gratitude. He is now officially a producer of my channel. Hail TC Gamer 65. And thank you, Michael Thompson, for sending him that shout out. Trevor McEwen with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Trevor. Says, I'm glad to be a part of the arch villainy. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker almost killed me. Kind of want to see the leak script you've been doing. I'm going to continue doing at least summaries of that. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, Trevor. It's going to happen. Don't worry. I just have to figure out what format works best. The views were kind of down on it, but let me, it might've just been the holiday. We'll see. I'll think about that, brother. Also, Trevor McEwen says, with another $5 super chat. Thank you, Trevor. Star TP lost my interest after your reporting on it. I lost interest after Star Trek Discovery. Good man. Yeah. Save yourself some pain. It is. Wow. What a train wreck it is. Thank you, Trevor McEwen. Of course, think for yourself. If you don't believe me, by all means, check it out, but I think you're in for a world of pain if you are a Next Generation fan. Dustin Rogers with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Dustin. Says, my Lord, Sunday would be great for the Arch Villain live stream. I will see if I can make it so. Hopefully it won't interfere in any football for people. That's the only thing I worry about. But I think that's the best place for me to squeeze it in. Thank you, Dustin, very much for that. And Ralph Sexton with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Ralph. Says, Hail Doomcock. Thank you for fighting so hard for our culture. Do you have a commander of giant robots? I have 30 years experience as a mech warrior. I do, Ralph Sexton. I do. I have actually, Ryan Geiger is my minister of robots, but you can always pick another kind of title or be a minister of a subset of robots. It's wide open. The world is your oyster, Ralph Sexton. And I would welcome, sir, your help. Thank you for that super chat as well. Mr. Miles, chief engineer with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Mr. Miles. Says, there is no doom stock then. I couldn't resist. No, there is no doom stock. I do not play the market. I have no knowledge of the market. I would lose my shirt in the market. I am ignorant of how it works, and I would only do myself great financial harm, I got to tell you. Thank you, Mr. Miles, chief engineer. Some nobody with a $2 super chat asks, is that CBS shill Jeffrey Spinner in the chat? Yo, I don't know Jeffrey Spinner, but if he is a CBS shill, welcome. I don't ban people for thinking differently. We're the fandom menace, and that means we embrace the rights of fans to choose for themselves. And I tell it like I see it, but mine is not the only way to see it. I think I do a pretty good job, but your mileage may vary. And I'm not going to spit on fans for liking something that I don't. Nomada Star says they're trying to take you out with starvation. I know, I got to get some food, guys. But that's all. I'm having so much fun. I am just, this is great. And it's okay. It's all right. Starve me out. It's all right. Shoot. Let's see. Supreme Overlord SJW with another couple of super chats. He is trying to kill me with kindness. Supreme Overlord SJW. What a character. The leader of the SJWs. What a menace to civilization Supreme Overlord SJW is. But I've given him free passage through my territories out of respect, from liege to liege. And he says, didn't Roddenberry envision a storyline in which the Federation would eventually collapse? Wasn't it used as the basis of Andromeda? That seems like proof that he didn't see the Federation as perfect. He did see the Federation as perfect, Supreme Overlord SJW. Screen 7 is saying, please do a bit more, Kirk. He did see the Federation as perfect, and the proof is that he was adamant that there would be no personal conflict aboard the Star
Trek Enterprise T. But the thing of it is, Supreme Overlord SJW, that as soon as Roddenberry died, they robbed his trunk of all the properties that he had written before. And they merchandised them without his permission. They had the legal right to do so, but he would never have wanted to see the Federation depicted as in that way. And besides, that's another universe, Supreme Overlord SJW. That is not the Federation. That is a kind of Federation, but it's squarely, Andromeda is not in the Star Trek universe. So, I mean, it was fair game, but he would never done that to his baby. And also Supreme Overlord SJW with another $5 super chat. He did a $10 super chat before. Says, my fellow SJWs, please keep super chatting Overlord DVD so that he cannot break for a meal. We will starve him. You are so evil. You are so evil, Overlord SJW. Evil, evil, evil man. Evil, whichever of the 72 possible genders that you self-identify as, sir. No disrespect intended. Some nobody with an interesting point here. With a $5 super chat. Thank you, some nobody. Says, we don't have an obligation to participate in Bushiba's fantasy. If anything, it's a cruel disservice to Bushiba to encourage their delusions. Well, yes. On one hand, I think that Screen 7 says, thanks, man. It's better for you. It's better for me. It's better for them. Captain's log, stardate 2643.9. While passing through a cosmic cloud, my crew has begun to behave suspiciously. Anyway, some nobody. Regarding Bushiba's fantasy, listen, I put it like Humphrey Bogart would put it if Humphrey Bogart was here. Okay? When somebody farts hearts at you, you're supposed to do something about it. Doesn't matter if they're crazy or deluded or a cat that thinks it's a dog. They're farting hearts at you and you're supposed to do something about it. If you don't, it's bad news. Bad for dogs and cats and farty hearts everywhere. So there you go. I will continue to indulge Bushiba in expressing themselves in any or his or herself in any way possible. I think Bushiba is a him or a her. I think it's a her, but I don't know. Whatever they identify with, that's what I'm going for. But I don't know. Is Bushiba a girl or a boy? Just wondering. Trevor McEwen with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Trevor. Says, I liked The Next Generation, but Picard seems like a train wreck. If it paid homage to that series as a true sequel, then yes, I'd watch it. It sounds like trash fire. It does indeed, Trevor McEwen. And it is. Trust me, it really is. Watch it for yourself if you need to, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you the truth. As I see it, however. You may disagree. Check it out and decide for yourself if you must. And Lady Mist says, what matters is that it farted hearts. Agree. Supreme Overlord SJW says Bushiba identifies as male. Thank you, Supreme Overlord SJW. I appreciate that clarification, my friend. And some nobody says, you don't give a peg leg to a man. You don't give a peg leg to a man who thinks he's a pirate. That was for you, Screen 7. You don't give a peg leg to a man who thinks he's a pirate. What makes you think you're a man? You're an overgrown jackrabbit, an elf with a hyperactive thyroid. Jim, I don't understand. Of course you don't understand. You have the brains to understand. All you have is printed circuits. Is that what she deserves, Spock? Carcass full of memory banks who should be squatting on a mushroom instead of passing himself off as a man? You belong in the circus, Spock. not a starship. Right next to the dog-faced boy. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Lady Mist. Thank you, Sub Nobody. And thank you all for this, making this daytime live stream something that I'm just going to have to repeat. Dustin Rogers with a $5 super chat says, my lord, the only way to know if Bushiba is a boy or girl is to lift the leg and look. You first. Dog ass. Very dangerous. You go first. But here, Indy, here is the proof. I am the monarch of the sea. I am the... Anyway. Mr. Demento with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Mr. Demento. Says, hi, Doomcock. Just stopping to say hi. I take it Picard became the show that melted your black heart. And now you're going to push the button and give Harvey a hug and a nice rim job. Love you.
No. No, the Harvey clock does not include a rim job.
No?
No, it does not.
What's down there, Harvey?
I don't want to say.
You want to reach down and see?
No, I'm not going to reach down. You're starting to upset me, man. I'm not going to fall for that. Oh, God. Bitch. Back to you, Chet, you son of a...
All right. Hail Harvey. He's, for those of you who don't know, he has a Mr. T sound thing wedged in his boohine. He can't get it out. It doesn't actually, it's complicated. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Demento. Thank you all. I want to say thank you for celebrating 140,000 subscribers with me. The official celebration is tomorrow on Friday Night Frolics, which is at night. So a lot of you may not be able to attend that. I'm really glad that I got to meet a lot of you guys here for the first time. It's been too long since I've streamed during the day, and I'm going to do that some more from now on. I think it's absolutely a joy, and it's been too long. Thank you guys for making this an amazing experience, and I hope you all had fun. I had a blast, and so all of you Xanadu Mears, I will see you in about an hour. And I'm also going to be on Mary Mayhem. Jesus, got a lot to do. Mary Mayhem's karaoke stream for maybe about an hour. That's about all I can do. And then tomorrow, of course, Friday Night Frolics, my usual live stream on Friday night. I hope I will see you guys there. So, Deef, hello, Robo Beast, Doug 37. I want to thank Chris Perja, the Master Wrencher, and a Bionic Belly Button for her fabulous work today. You guys did a fabulous job. Shout out to Mary Ashmead, the Supreme Wrench, the Queen Wrench, the Boss Wrench. I hope that she will feel better soon and come back to us when she's ready. Darth Tormonus, I will do my best to go ahead and pop this live stream right up on Harvey's channel as soon as I'm done. I got to go get something to eat, folks. I will see you later tonight. Hail and thank you. And from the center of I will see you next week. If nothing else, I will do another live stream. I don't know if it'll be on Thursday. It'll maybe be like on Wednesday or something. Maybe that'll be better. Have a little distance. It's going to be hard to do this and then Friday Night Frolics again tomorrow. But from the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock. Oh, thank you, Screen 7, for that super sticker there. And I appreciate it, brother. I'm glad you like the Kirk, mister. I'm going to go grab some food. Thank you, D Artist Jewelry. Thank you, Mike Drop. Thank you all. God bless you, and I will see you soon. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. Stay angry, but have a good weekend too. Bye-bye.